everybody, welcome back to Starlost Seas. I'm Caelii, I'm your DM, and this is the party today. Sadly, we do not have our good friend, Twink Tinseeker. He's begun the pattern yet again of showing up for an episode and then unfortunately being busy the next week, and so we're left without him, and I miss him dearly, but that's fine. I'll talk about that in therapy. Right now, we're gonna talk about D&D. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face.
Was already.
This got deep really fast.
What did he say? I wasn't paying attention.
Damn.
It's about therapy or something. I don't.
Oh,
Who
okay.
cares?
Last
Someone took his
time on
nickname.
Starlost Seas, we started off with the group facing off against none other than Tiamat herself. The avatar of her who had been
Facing off.
trapped in Starlost by a ritual cast by Fagin and his party at the behest of Martin. The very event which began the awakening, which led to everything that's happening now.
Thanks, Fagin.
Yep. Tiamat, after fleeing off to Dragonlost, had supposedly just been sort of gathering her wits about the situation and everything. In her own words, she really enjoyed all of the fire and screaming of the last 2 months at the behest of the Nameless. She, to all of you, didn't really want to let you use the doorway to the elemental planes, as she is sort of guarding it, given the current situation of the planes, as despite the fact that she is an evil god, sort of keeping the universe together is kind of something the whole Pantheon agrees on. She only agrees to let you all through after you convince her in various ways that terrible, terrible things are going to happen to you or the world around you, and she finds it enjoyable. So each of you sort of presents her with some eventuality that could lead to you or those around you being in some form of emotional or physical pain. You all step through the doorway, the portal that Maya opens for you, into the elemental plane of air. As you arrive, both of the birds begin to dissolve apart again. Dolus manages to hold himself together, but Lotus fails to, only finally stabilizing once Alina casts Conjure Elemental with the intent to summon Lotus. As you're all sort of trying to figure out what that means, Dolus reaches out to Caelii, and you are shown the direction of her palace, which happens to currently be situated right near a place known as the Third Roost, the home of Dolus and Lotus before they were exiled. You all head off, but to avoid a large rock that you see in the clouds, you have to go a long way around that will take you over their home. As you arrive, this sort of dome of wind, or this bubble of wind, wraps around the village, as the various Aarakocra there believe you to be the Nameless and her entourage. But Caelii arrives, seeing you all for the first time in well over a month, and sort of calms the situation and brings you back to her palace, where you briefly bump into Nyx, the mother of Dolus and Lotus. Caelii explains that the Nameless and her forces in the elemental plane of air have slowly been decimating the various villages referred to as roosts around this area of the skies. In her words, only the first and third roosts remain, and all of the survivors from both of them are here, either in the third roost or here in the actual palace itself. So the people you are all with, this collection, is what remains of the tribes in this area of the elemental plane of air. You all sort of chit-chat for a bit, and after some questioning and confusion, Caelii finally explains what's happening to Dolus and Lotus. And also answers a very, very firm question that has been asked since the first episode of the campaign. The reason that they are both dissolving is because they are elementals in nature. They are half genie, because Caelii is their biological father, current mother. So the birds would have continued just being Aarakocra had they not been touched by Caelii's power. But because of it, they are now both awakening as genies and are slowly becoming less and less material creatures and more elemental in nature. Given enough years, they will just both become full genies. The abilities to shapeshift, as Dolus is showing, and as Lotus is starting to show in her disguise magic. So, with this reeling from this information, everybody has a quick moment. Caelii apologizes for all the trauma of both of your youths. And after sort of a breath, the knowledge that the Nameless is going to siege the palace and the village as you all begin planning on how to use the materials at your disposal to defend against her and stop her. Namely, out of all of this, there is two groups, Raiden and Twink, who plan to stay at the village to look into what can be done with the anti-magic field devices Raiden has. And the remainder of you who agree to set off towards the camp that the Nameless and her forces have established so that you can gather sort of what their fighting power is like. Sort of a stealth mission. We finish off with everybody starting to plan as none other than Shoes the cat jumps up on the coffee table and is embraced very quickly by Lotus. That's where we left off, and that is where we will pick up. So, all of you have eaten well and had sort of your moments. You can all have a short rest.
Sick.
If you'd like it. I know we already had a short rest, but if anybody used anything or wants to get anything, you can hit the short rest button. You are all also nice and well fed by very, very good food. You can apply the effects of a hero's feast. Give yourself 5 temp HP, everybody.
Let's go!
As genie food has been given to you. Yep.
We are
What else does that give
still.
us? Does Heroes Feast give us anything else?
I think so.
Don't think so off the top of my head, but let me double check.
Advantage on wisdom saves, I believe.
Creature's cured of all
yep.
diseases and poison and becomes immune to poison, and being frightened also makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Yep, so that lasts for 24 hours,
And
so you'll have advantage on wisdom saves, and you are immune to
There's
poison
one
and
more.
fright.
Yeah, I mean, if it is an actual Heroes Feast, it says the creature's hit point maximum also increases by 2d10.
It does. I was just going to give you temp HP instead, but
It
He's
doesn't
gonna roll
it
5.
doesn't give temp HP.
No. I think you're thinking of the chef feat, maybe.
I am thinking of the chef feat. I got them confused in my brain, but still, let's have fun with it. 6 and 4, you all get 10. 10
So,
HP. So instead of
okay.
5, you get 10 to your max. So
Yeah, but
instead of
so
10
it's not-
HP, just override your max with 10 higher than what it normally is.
Let's go, triple digits.
Let's go, 121.
Let's go, 88.
Backwards 69.
Oh,
96?
What
69,
else
you
could
can
it
just
have
flip
been?
in the center.
I think you'll find that it might not be the same effect.
By the way, we're still on the same like day
Day.
cycle of like
The
we
first
just
time.
fought. Yeah, we fought the Nameless. We
Yeah,
still
you
have not
fought
taken
the
a,
Nameless about 4.5 hours ago.
Yeah, we still have not taken a long rest.
She got back
Nope.
up quick.
Are we gonna get a long rest in the time that we get to go fight the Nameless again?
I doubt it.
You don't know.
Did I get an
Okay, I guess I don't
elf
know.
long rest?
No.
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 No,
It has
'cause
been
you-
4 hours since we fought. And
Were
then-
you sleeping
So
this
there was
whole
a
4
short
hours?
rest as you guys were going to the portal. All the stuff happened with the portal, and then traveling to here, and then there's been another short rest. So there's
It's
not
a
there.
total of like
It
5
would have been
hours.
enough time for a long rest for you, Annie, if there wasn't all of the flying and shit in the middle that happened.
I love it whenever
If
there's
you
like
were
this
just
like
asleep.
there's like this like middling amount of like time. It's like, yeah, you guys been chilling out for like, 20 minutes. Is that enough for an elf long rest? No.
It's okay. I love that Pulse asks.
Oh, it's
anyway.
my favorite.
But yeah. So, as you guys finish your meal, still sort of processing and chitter chattering, Raiden and Twink walked off so that they could go begin their sort of preparations. Caelii turns to the rest of you and suddenly has a very serious look on her face. She goes, I'm very, very sorry for the next thing that I'm about to say. If you are going out there to gather more information, you'll probably want whatever information we already currently have. And the person who is managing all of that, probably the last person you want to be talking to right now. It's like specifically to Dolus and Lotus.
You can't just give us the information.
I can go ask her and then I can tell you, and that's just an extra step if you'd prefer that, or your friends can go without the two of you and you can stay here with me or peruse the palace. But just that is the current font of information. I thought I'd inform you at this time.
I shouldn't go talk to her. I have a feeling I will have trouble holding my tongue, and then I know how she is. She'll get petty and won't give us any information.
Fair enough. Then shall the two of you stay with me while the other three of you go to gather intel?
Yeah, sure.
All right. As far as Nyx goes, she's something of a... How do I word this now? Well, she's kind of a raging cunt. So, generally speaking, don't take anything she says too much to heart.
We travel with Twink.
Oh no, she's worse.
Yes, dearly.
Twink's just an asshole. There's a
Twink
difference.
says rude things to you to your face. Nyx will say things to you that will make you question whether or not you ever had self-esteem to begin with.
Also, she's framed people for murder, historically, in the past, and other such crimes. So generally speaking, she's kind of the worst.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I hang out with monsters all the time.
This is a different monster. So,
We'll play nice as we can.
Oh, I'm not telling you to play nice. I'm saying she's going to not play nice. So just I'm saying, you know,
Buckle up.
when she tells you to kill yourself, just don't take it to heart. Or do, if that's between you and her, I suppose, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I will not kill your mom, and I will understand that there are monsters in this world, and sometimes those monsters take form of bitchy pigeon ladies.
Ooh, but if you did want to fight out in the courtyard, that could be entertaining. We could sell tickets.
that would mean planning. And
We could also just physically rip the information out of her brain.
I can do
Ooh,
that.
Would also be entertaining.
That's what I can start poking. Doc Hick, I can't remember which one. You're Dickory today, right?
I'm Hick wearing Doc.
Yeah, just her poking like, I can do that? Am I allowed?
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah. She kind of cocks her head over at the birds and Caelii.
You will have to deal with the repercussions of her and her Aarakocra and all of that
Just
because I
ask
mean,
her.
generally she's sort of in charge of the lot of them, but I think it'll be funny.
Will you protect us?
No, I also think it'll be funny when they try to kill you.
She is a bitch, but she's also really stupid. So as long as you play to her ego, you probably get what you want out of her.
Cool.
Okay. Hick just like kicks up off the couch.
I get to
All right.
go into her head and take things.
Have fun, you three.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not you, because you don't have any kind of enjoyment out of anything. But have fun, you two. And just ushers like the three of you out.
Okay, I'll stay connected to you so you can talk to me whenever.
Oh,
I'll give you
wonderful.
updates. Oh,
I
as
like
he's being ushered, he like runs around her and goes and gives Lotus a hug.
Hello.
Hello, goodbye.
Thank you for being
Goodbye.
sensitive to my situation. I will remember this when I have emotion.
Oh, of course. Happy to
Is she feeling appreciation?
help. Okay, ta-ta. The door closes.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the three of you going to talk to Nyx. So, if you guys kind of like walk out into the palace.
As they go walking out. So what information do we all need?
Where we're supposed to be going would be a good start.
How so?
Well, we need to know what parts we're actually supposed to scope out, and then we need to know if there's any entryways, and then once we know if there's any entryways, we need to know the level of defenses that they might have, just in case we set anything off.
Mm-hmm. So we're just looking to get base knowledge from her so that our future mission goes better.
Mm-hmm.
Why would she fight us on this? Are we on the same team?
You know, logically, there's no reason she should.
Do you think I'm allowed to talk to her?
I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't care, actually. Never mind. I'll talk to her. If it freaks her out, it freaks her out.
Okay.
She's got to have to deal with that I can't speak out loud, so I got to speak in her gross head.
Yeah, maybe if we're lucky, we'll have some of the possibility to sabotage some of their materials while we're there.
Just so that the situation doesn't go awry immediately of like speaking to an unreasonable person, please introduce me that I can't speak out loud, because if I just pop into her head, she might take it as an offense or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys retrace your footsteps back towards that sort of entrance area. And as you get there again, you see all the sort of refugees arranging stuff. A couple of them just kind of sitting down as they're kind of waiting. A few nurses attending to the injured and the sort. And off down a separate hallway is the direction where you saw Nyx go. There's also technically there's also the whole palace if you wanted to wander around, but
No,
you
we're
get the
mission
idea.
oriented. We're on a time crunch.
That's your mission, or then that down that hallway.
Rip it off like a band-aid.
Yep.
Pierce run. I said Pierce. Hush runs down.
Lemon bar.
What?
I said lemon bar.
You just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You
All
just
right.
create a lemon bar?
Now just grab a lemon bar that I've stashed away.
Okay.
You just
got it in
have
your
them.
pocket.
I thought you were like
I
still
understand
reaching, hoping Caelii would make you one. So I was like,
Lemon
where
bar!
are you getting this lemon bar from? You reach- Yeah, you guys are all trying to figure out where everything is, and Annie just like reaches into a random like fold of the layers of her clothes and pulls out a lemon bar. and
Oh no,
starts
she
eating it.
announces it too. She's
Lemon
like,
bar.
Lemon bar.
Lemon bar. Hush like stops and looks back and's like, butterscotch.
Just runs. You guys head down this other corridor, and you walk through a room that clearly was once like a ballroom, and has now been converted into sort of an armory. Like there are weapons set all out, there are cannons and ballista like laid out, getting tuned and everything. Off in a corner, you would see Twink and Raiden going over what looks like an inventory sheet. Please do not speak to them. Please.
Hi, Raiden. Hi, Raiden
Yeah,
and not
hi,
Twink.
Raiden. Hello.
I'm not
Hello,
saying hi to
Weasel.
Twink because I don't like him right now.
Telepathic one. I don't like him anymore. Damn. But yeah, at the far end, there is like a war table set up, and around it is a number of Aarakocra, including Nyx.
Oh, there.
Hick
Pat, 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 pat.
wanders up and goes, excuse me, Miss Nyx?
Steps away and just, oh. It's you. Where are the other two?
They're staying back to speak with Caelii.
Can't even look me in the face. Didn't realize I raised such cowards.
We're...
Tell them I can't talk.
Yeah, he just like shakes off Hush, shaking her arm, and goes, Hush can't speak vocally. He's got some damage to his vocal cords, but he can speak with telepathy. Is that okay with you?
No.
Okay, I don't care. Hi, yeah.
Why
Hi.
would I let the strange little troglodyte into my brain just because he can't talk?
I
Learn
mean-
how to
I mean-
write.
Do you have pen and paper with you?
He links anyway. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's there with you.
You link anyway, and you say it. She kinda
Yeah,
makes
he's
this
been-
gross face. She just cuts the link.
Oh, this is the amulet. You can't cut it.
Oh, you can't cut it?
Nope.
I don't know.
You can
how
only
I
cut
made that thing.
the rogue.
True. Yeah. So you can act. You're like, do you have a pen and paper? And she just makes that disgusted face, and then she just looks back at Hickory. Just,
I'm gonna take that as a no, so she has to deal with it.
We're here for information on our stealth mission, for lack of a better term, our scouting mission. We know that we're wanted to help and maybe do some damage to them, or just have more information to know, but we were told that you were the best person to go to.
what stealth or scouting mission are you even talking about?
No, it
I just
doesn't
saw
remember.
you show up here and walk off with Caelii.
No, it doesn't remember.
We're going to scout out, and we're going
I
to
forgot
scout the
where we're going to scout.
Just the enemy camp. Is what
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, the enemy
told.
camp.
We're meant to go to the enemy camp and try and sneak in, get information, maybe cause some amount of ruckus for them so that they're at a disadvantage if or when we besiege.
That vapid genie. Of course, she's getting others involved. Fine. Come here. I trust you can read a map.
Mhm.
And she rolls out a map on the war table, and you see it looks like it's just sort of a map of this region of the Plane of Air. And she points out one specific little like cluster of islands that you can't really read any of the things that are written on this because it's all written in Primordial. But she's like, we are here.
Mhm.
Third Roost. Over here is First, which is currently untouched but empty. And then right here, she points kind of like up and above, like triangulating a bit, is Second Roost. Half destroyed. They're currently using it as their camp.
Do you have any schematics possibly of First Roost? Any intel on what happens there, or possible weapons that are
Second
put
Roost, you
in?
mean? They're at Second
Yeah.
Roost.
Yeah, they're at
Oh.
second. First
Oh,
was, yeah, first. So
Might be Second Roost.
she's like, you can probably talk to one of the refugees and they can tell you a little bit about the layout or what happened there. As far as we're aware, they have trebuchets and cannons and some very rudimentary airships that they're using to move all of them around. Any of their troops that can't fly naturally or magically take one of those skiffs.
Gotcha.
The last time they attacked, there were at least half a dozen of them. Of the skiffs, I mean. As far as the troops, there are well over many, many hundred.
Okay.
At last count for troops, they outnumber us roughly 3-1.
Okay. How well versed is this Roost in magic? Do you have summoners?
Not particularly. I am the most well-versed magic user in the Roost, and I am just a warlock.
Right.
Most of the folk here avoid magic if they can, except for elders who just focus on healing or enchantments.
Okay.
As far as offenses go, we are full of several capable warriors who are in far over their head.
Do you have access to magical weapons?
Some of us, few, but they are in our arsenal.
And what of healing? You said you have clerics and healers, but do you have mobile healing? Potions? Ailments?
A few. We hand them out to some of the more pertinent folks who lead squads or that sort of thing.
Okay. That's good for marking down there. We're going in. Is there any well-known rock's nest nearby? And he starts listing a bunch of like monsters.
No, to our knowledge, most of these roosts are clear of any pertinent monsters. The path on the way there is ever-changing with the wind, so you'll have to figure something out if you run into something dangerous. If you made it all the way here, you must be capable of that. Or just very lucky.
We're capable.
That makes more sense, considering who you're stuck with is company. I wouldn't call you lucky.
What do you mean?
I mean, look at all of you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even talk.
No. I can do a lot of other things, though, that make up for it.
Okay.
Like, you don't need to speak when you can do a lot of other things. We made it here perfectly fine, and we're going to get it there perfectly fine. And we're going to make sure that we get all the information we can to save your asses.
Do your very best.
Before we
But
go,
we will.
asking the refugees, would you happen to know of any workarounds of sort with the second roost? Things that we could abuse to take advantage with the stealth, or possibly any weaknesses that could be abused?
So he can't speak and you can't hear, right? Since I said you should go talk to someone from there regarding it.
She did say that.
I'm aware.
I live
think
here.
ask.
I know here, sweetie.
Right.
Okay.
Just figured if one roost has a weakness that maybe they
Don't figure anything. Listen to what I'm saying and listen to what I'm saying and use what I'm saying. Whatever assumptions you have won't work here. They're not helpful.
Don't assume that she knows a lot.
At least assume that I know what I am talking about when I say this is what I'm talking about and not this other thing. Oh wait, that's not an assumption. That's what I'm saying, and you should listen because you came to ask me.
There's like a ping back to Lotus, just like a.
Yeah.
I want to blow up her head. Yeah.
Imagine living with that. Couldn't be me.
All right, crippled child, hard of hearing girl, you're both settled. What about you, strange blue elf?
I'm good. I'm just listening.
Someone who can. You're my favorite of the bunch so far. Now, all of you, go talk to somebody else.
Do we get everything we need?
Yep.
Okay. This sucked.
This sucked.
Because I
Never
ping
s-
back. I'm like, we're coming back.
No, we're not.
Oh wait, we're not coming
We're gonna
back.
go
I thought we
talk
were
to
gonna-
refugees.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that. I see. I forgot now.
Sorry, we're not coming back.
Sorry, we're not
Mitch
coming back.
was right about you.
We're gonna go walk away from this and go look for refugees. As like Hush is going away, right as he's about to snip it, from Pigeon Bitch. It's just like that same like waviness that he normally has when he gets like that in those moods, and he just gets like a "Don't call me a troglodyte."
Do you say that to Nyx?
Yeah. I'm ready to teleport.
Hush, does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second.
What she hit me with. I didn't threaten her. I just asked her not to call me that.
It's fine. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does hit. She pumped me full of
And a
Eldritch
20 will
Blasts.
hit. Yeah, she
Yeah.
hits you with 3 Eldritch Blasts as you're walking
Hit me
away.
with it.
You're gonna take
3d10. I'm fine.
23 points of force damage. And you are
Force?
pushed. Yeah.
You said 83? I'm sorry. I was. I,
No,
I,
no, no.
Either.
Oh, I
23.
spaced.
And
I was
you
like,
and you are
holy
pushed.
fuck!
You are shoved 10 feet forward ahead of the group.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as Hush like gets pushed, he fucking on his face. He gets back up and his halo comes up. Doc
From the
Hick.
perspective, Annie and Annie and Hickory, from your perspective, Hush just gets a little smug smile on his face from nothing, and then suddenly just gets boom and sent flying across the floor.
Hick immediately draws her shield.
His halo comes up.
I
His
draw
eyes start
out
to
my
glow.
sword
And,
non-threateningly.
in everybody's head, there's that wobbliness again, just like as Hush like picks himself back up.
She whips around 100% sure that we just got fucking ambushed by somebody completely different. Because
Nyx is literally just holding her hand out in your direction.
What was that for?
A lesson.
He's not connected.
Troglodyte.
He's not connected, but in everyone's like, oh, I'll teach her a lesson. Even everybody upstairs, there's like that Agrihill voice, and Hush starts
Calm
like
yourself. Don't take it to heart, whatever she says, remember?
She blasted me with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Did you say something to her?
I'm just gonna roll for this. Okay. I was rolling a wisdom to see if Hush was gonna like reconnect and start trying some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a non-nat 20, so Hush just like there's like that wobbliness in everyone's ears that starts getting louder. And Hush just like touches back down, his halo goes away. I just asked her not to call me a troglodyte.
Did you ask or tell?
That doesn't matter.
Good. It looks like the little tramp can learn.
Hush just
Go.
has this big smile. I'm gonna feed her to an evaporation.
Hi, ma'am.
Hush puts his hand on his chest. I'm just gonna heal myself back up. How's that look? Okay, that's not bad.
You guys
Hush.
glance over, and Twink is like watching you guys, and he just has his staff out, but he's not doing anything with it. And then as you guys turn to walk away, he just goes back to doing whatever he was doing with Raiden.
Lotus,
Mm-hmm.
you're stronger than me.
Debatable.
like mentally stronger than me. I was so ready, but we need her for the plan. I was so ready, and she's your mom. It's not okay if I give back what she's putting into the world.
I'm sure Karma will get her one day. I hope
If
we get to
not-
see that.
If not, I got a long list of things that I want to get her,
Mm-hmm.
and I know exactly how they come into the world too.
Let's go find refugees.
Mm-hmm. Let's get refugees.
All right. Meanwhile, with the birds, well, as soon as everybody left, Caelii was kind of just like, "Oh, they're not ready at all."
No.
I think the girl might hold it together, but the elf is probably going to say something dumb. The boy could go either way.
Mm. Yeah.
I trust them.
Hello, you two. How are you?
Hi. I missed you. And I missed Juice. She's so big now.
Yes. She has gotten larger. Time does fluctuate a bit between planes, so she's probably a bit older than she would be had she stayed with you on the material plane, but that's fine.
Oh. How long do cats live?
Oh! Anywhere from 15 to 20 human years?
That's even shorter than a normal Aarakocra!
Yes.
Can you do something about that?
Yes.
Will you?
I already have.
You're gonna live forever.
Well, I don't know about forever, but at least as long as me. Once I'm gone, I have no personal investment in whether or not the cat stays alive.
Gonna live forever.
So I start dancing around with shoes.
You're just dancing around with shoes while Dolus is just sitting there with his fucking Grim Reaper ass face.
Dulles is still standing, like, at attention at the wall.
Alina is just sitting, like, eating macaroons that she summoned. And she kind of, like, glances up and looks at Caelii and looks at you and looks at Caelii and looks at you, looks at Lotus dancing around the room, and then she's like, "Should I go?
What?
I don't know. Maybe this is like a parent moment. Should I step out?"
You're fine.
Caelii's like, "No, of course not, dear. You're family now." A summoner specializing in elements. Dolus. You brought home a lady any mother would love. Well, any mother except the other one. But I don't think she loves.
Yeah.
No, I think that emotion is burnt out of her and has been for a long time.
Yeah.
But I like her. She's fun and quirky and easily threatened. Alina's like, "I don't know what that means." And she just starts eating her macaroons again. So, what do you all have to say to me to talk about with me? There's so much in life, right? It's been a while.
I feel like there's so many things that we could talk about that it's looped back to nothing at all.
I haven't even ever had a full-blown conversation with you. She like gestures to Lotus, except for that one time when you were dead and traveled back in time. But I didn't know
Yeah.
who you were then.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a bit different. You weren't born when I last had a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange to think about time and all of that. Glad you didn't die. Glad my message was well received.
Mm-hmm.
Dolus, I knew you would do wonderfully with it.
Right.
Thank you for listening to me all back then. Even though
Oh,
you got very
frankly, I'll
angry.
be honest with you, I kind of considered throwing you out into the void.
I mean, I kind of already saw the void during that time. And I was also dead.
Oh, I meant the
so-
void of, like, gestures out to the balcony and, like, the endless, like, drop.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought I would just, like, glue your wings or get rid of them and just woo! But then I, thought about it for a moment, decided better.
yeah. The void I was talking about is like
Death.
nothing.
Mm.
Genuinely nothing.
Glad I've never experienced that, and won't. I also don't think that either of you will once you are genies properly, because if you get destroyed, you just sort of become a lesser elemental, so you just sort of lose your mental faculties until you can regain power and reform yourselves. It's a fun existence, really.
So, we can't die?
Well, the you as you consider yourself to be might die. Your memories might change or be gone, but like you, the body will sort of reform and become an elemental, and then slowly gain power, and then maybe eventually become a genie again.
That's a lot to take in. So
That sounds
I'm
like
gonna.
Put shoes down. and leave.
Think about that another time.
I am simply the highest of a food chain that is ever fluctuating. One day, if I'm knocked off of the top, the next strongest genie in the plane of air will take my place as Genie Lord, and I'll start over at the bottom, and maybe eventually I'll come back up to the top. Maybe I'll even remember when I was at the top before. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
So is us becoming genies going to be like a problem for you in that food chain?
No. Fine.
Okay.
I mean, it definitely impacted my power a little bit when you all sort of first woke up and during this phase. I'm still in the recovery, but I'll be fine.
Okay. Wait,
No.
so if we become genies and live for a very long time, and Raiden is immortal, and you're immortal, so like we are just an immortal family?
You say that, and then Alina on her macaron is just like,
I mean, we can figure something out for you.
okay.
You haven't died ever. So
It's-
I mean,
It's that you didn't factor her into the equation. I think.
oh,
No, it's okay. I'm new. I get it.
I mean, like I said, you yet to die, so
Not how. Just because you haven't died doesn't mean you're immortal, Lotus. That's
Also,
not how it
you're
works.
immoral and you have died. That is really just not a good analogy.
that was
A good
before it
statement.
becoming
Nope.
genie.
Not true.
Wait, so like if it was like a percentage, how far along are we?
Well, you, probably 1%, maybe 2.
Wow.
Dolus, somewhere around the 7 to 8.
Wow.
Shapeshifting is the first thing that will come along. Once you've gotten that down pat, you'll, I also kind of gave you the floating, so that one will... Normally you'd get that a bit later, but I can also just give Warlocks that, so it was easy for me to kind of nudge you along. The floating will come along, then eventually you'll get teleportation, and then you'll get elemental warping, and then you'll get reality warping, and eventually you'll just sort of get to the point where you're like me.
How do I make the shape-shifting not hurt?
Time and practice, like a muscle. Most elementals learn by giving themselves a body in the first place, but you sort of have to work your way backwards since you're starting with one.
Right.
All in all, I'd say you won't get to the point where you can sort of do more of the genie-esque things for another decade or two at least. But the sort of entry-level things that's similar to the magic of mortals, you'll probably gather over the course of the next few years, and then it'll just snowball from there.
I see.
Presuming, of course, you don't do anything that interferes too much with the magic.
What do you
Like-
mean by that?
Well, don't go around making pacts with other higher beings. Don't sequester yourself away in anti-magic fields for extended period of time. Don't consume highly charged elemental energy from other planes. Don't make deals with Fae. That sort of thing.
I should
It's a
be
good
okay
thing
on
that you both haven't done any of those things.
I mean, I don't know how updated you are. There's like on Twintania. Remember when I made that sandcastle and then you yeah. So
Yeah, I
that
put myself on it.
Yeah.
Good work, right?
Uh-huh. And then there's like a part of the Fey realm and the part of the elemental plane of fire on that island now.
Mhm.
And so there's like this whole colony of or town of elves and stuff, and they sell things.
Oh, yes, you trading away your memories for that little trinket. No, that's fine.
Okay.
That sort of thing isn't too terrible. It's not long lasting. It's like a one-time exchange. It's not like a constant deal.
So nothing like what you gave me on the boat.
Yes. Nothing like that. Nothing that would give you a constant source of magic or negatively impact your mental or emotional state for a long period of time.
Okay.
Chipping away at this.
I think I should be okay then.
Yes.
Be okay too.
Yes, I'm sure you're both excellent at avoiding that sort of thing. Very proud of both of you in that regard. I'd be so disappointed if somebody were to just come along and just sort of trade away all of the various internal parts of themselves for cheap tricks.
You have a door with a lock and key anywhere?
Do I have a door with a lock and key?
Yeah, like a keyhole.
The door next to her, you watch just a keyhole just
I'll be right back.
appear.
Reach into my pocket and grab one of my keys. I just, investigating. These, you remember I got keys?
Yes, he did another one of those little inconsequential Fey deals where he traded away some trinkets or some little memories for fun things.
You don't remember? I said when we were on Twintania last time, in Twintania, I went and I got some keys.
Did Dolis tell me about that?
I
Yeah,
told
he
everyone
told
I
everyone.
got some keys, but then with Alina, I specifically took her into the one with all the
Into the
magic
jar.
items and shit.
Okay. Oh.
I'm gonna take out the 1920s room one.
All right.
I'm just gonna be like just feeling the tension rising in this room, specifically between me and Caelii. I'll be right back. Just stick the key in the hole.
You
step
open the
in.
door, there's like briefly the radio, really like radio warped swing music, like and the door closes. Caelii just looks at you, she's like, "It's so glad to have you both back. I'm really enjoying it." So, and then in the room, Dolus, you like close the door and like you're back against the door.
Okay. What is this place? I'm gonna start investigating around the room, like opening drawers and
You just
checking,
distract
like, under the
yourself by
bed.
digging through all this stuff.
Yeah.
You, real quick, just make me an investigation check, and we're gonna, meanwhile, again, back to the trio. To the three of you who are going around to talk. DM me what you rolled.
It's
So you don't forget. Nah, he says.
Nah.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's unforgettable. I rolled a total of 3. If I spend more time, can I roll again?
I'll say if you spend long enough in there, we'll just consider that you rolled 10 with your bonus, and that'll be
Okay.
like, or we'll use your passive. You have a passive investigation for a reason.
I have a passive 11 investigation.
Okay, maybe you want to do. Well, actually, no. 10 with
It would
your.
be the same
yeah. Okay.
thing.
Yeah. 11.
That's
So, yeah,
literally
11.
what passive is.
Meanwhile, I forgot that that's just what passive is. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the other 3 of you, you go in and talk to refugees. So you walk back out of that place. You have all of the tension. Hush, your back kind of hurts right between the shoulder blades. Nick's like nailed you 3 times in the exact same spot. So it's really like concentrated out.
Yeah. Hush is walking, and every time like he's like moving his arm, you all hear just like the like the about to say something mean, or, like do the intimidation, but he's just doing it passively. He's pissed.
What are these sounds you're making in my brain?
Just walking.
Are you going to answer me?
I'm sorry.
I understand. Trust me. I get it. But
I don't.
he's angry.
Ah. Are you in pain?
A little bit.
Touches that part. Nice and icy.
Actually, that probably would help.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, genuinely, you like Annie puts her hand to your back, and there is just this lovely little touch of
Like an ice
cold
pack.
that kind of. You're like,
Just like-
ooh.
You know,
The
Hush
dogs
is just
feel
like
better.
it was like a he's angry, and then Hush is like like the it started like weaving as he's like, you know, when you like think about an emotion,
Yeah.
it makes it come out more. Like, I'm not gonna cry, and it's like, oh, that's gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he's angry, it's like, yeah, I am, and then you put it on, and then just like slowly just like and just like moves away. And just like, thanks. It does feel better. Every fiber of what I am, just the disrespect, the everything.
Yeah.
Agrihil ate people for much less. Much less.
Yeah.
Every scenario in my head is just watching her getting torn apart. There are 2 parts of me. I was just... I don't like this.
I know.
I don't get this mad. She is some kind of special talent.
Yeah. Yeah. And when in doubt, she'll get what's coming to her. Kind of like how we've been warned.
I was
Eventually,
so-
she's gonna be rude to the wrong person and promptly get wiped off the face of the earth.
And I said it's so nice. Oh. I said it nicer than she deserved.
Maybe there's enough people she's pissed off that we can cause a mutiny.
Oh, definitely. I have these poisons, and I was ready, but I can't go about poisoning a leader right now. That would jeopardize a lot of things.
We need her help, whether we like it or not right now. Once all's said and done, still probably don't do it.
I'm so glad that I'm a healer so that I can deny her on the battlefield.
There's a deep part of me that's telling me that's not the right thing to do.
I want her dead. I know what she's done. I don't know what she's done, actually. Because I know the sum of it, but I really don't know what she's done. And just this little amount has me wanting to go back on an old part of who I guess I was. What she did to Lotus and Dolus, and just the way she holds her.
Whistles like an angry kettle.
Yeah.
It's unfair. Trust me, I know. We've got bigger things to deal with right now, and we can be angry later.
She only did that because she was surrounded by all of her troops. And I couldn't do anything. She was taking advantage of the situation.
That's how they work. People in power, they surround themselves with people that'll tell them that they're great, and then when they do things that aren't great, guess what? They still have a bunch of people telling them what they're doing is great, or they're too scared of them to speak up.
Look, I know I was talking about it, that I'm losing my respect for humanity.
You didn't say that to either one of us.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, it was just part of his kill his dad rant.
Yeah. I'm losing my respect for humanity. But even monsters, they just do the easiest thing. They just kill.
Yeah.
Even aberration, they just kill. There's not this hierarchy. I mean, there is a little bit in beholders.
Would you consider this part of humanity? It feels like
Yes!
mostly just Dragon Lost has been like this.
I mean, she's humanoid. She's mortal. Oh, thank everything, because she's gonna have a short life. This isn't working in the favor of mortals for me. I'm sorry. But at the same time, she's worse than some monsters that I know.
Yeah, no, she kind of sucks.
At the end of the day, she sucks.
But for now,
TLDR.
Yeah.
She sucks.
for now,
She
we've
sucks.
got a mission and a time limit on it, so let's focus up.
Yeah, let's talk to the refugees.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I
So
have
you go
plans.
back to sort of the main hall. And there are people who are laid out in bedrolls, and there are people over still being treated and everything. So you can use. You know who's gonna be Hickory? Feel like you're. Actually, you know what? All three of you. Let's say that each of you goes, or I guess Hush wouldn't because he doesn't want to telepath people.
I mean, you can
Annie
just ask.
and Hickory, roll me insight.
Can I never get to use this, but does ear to the ground give me any help here? It's mostly for like rough and tumble and members of high society and criminal underworld. But fuck, man, we are very rarely in a city where I get the opportunity to use this.
You've been in a lot of cities where you could have used that.
That's fair.
Just because you don't choose to use your abilities doesn't mean they're not ever prevalent. They're
That's
not
fair.
ever.
Can I use it
I
here?
will say, I won't give you advantage on this for ear to the ground, but because you're familiar with working like small groups of concerned people, I'll say you can add 2 to whatever you roll,
Let's go.
like a half proficiency bonus.
I got a 14.
Okay,
24.
damn. All right. Oh yeah, Hickory has really good insight.
I get her
like, damn,
mental
that's high. And then I was
stats.
like, oh wait, that's like your stat. That's
Yeah,
like your-
wisdom's my shit, baby.
Annie, you see a bunch of group over on their bedrolls kind of talking, and you're like, refugees. These are people who might be refugees. They're out of their element. I'll go talk to them. Hickory, you see some injured people who, like, the clothes they're wearing are a little bit different from the clothes of all of the folks that you have seen and everything. So you assume, with like their demeanor, their injuries, and their different clothes, that they are probably from a different roost.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll approach them then.
So you guys kind of split off into a group of Hush. Who are you tagging along with? Are you just gonna hang out or talk to someone? What are you doing?
Hush is cooling off somewhere else.
Hush just goes and sits on the steps and fumes.
Yeah, he's got little lines over him.
Little stink lines. He needs a shower.
Yeah,
He's
being
stinky.
he's being a little stinker.
All right, Annie, you first. You walk up to
Contemplating
these
mortality.
Aarakocra on their bedrolls who are kind of talking. Two of them are playing cards with each other. And it looks like they're just playing Go Fish.
Are you what they refer to as refugees?
We're off to a grand start, everybody. Two of them who are playing cards kind of like look
Oh,
up.
so
and
you
they're
did this on purpose?
Yes.
Is this a
Yes,
content?
and
Of
he
course he
should.
does it on
should.
purpose.
That's an
He
Annie thing.
absolutely should. This is wonderful. The two who are playing cards kind of look up like, what the fuck? Like the like, why would you ask someone that kind of like look? And the third one who is just like, he's just like, yeah.
Well, can you help me with TLDR?
You explain the whole thing, and partway through, as you're talking about Second Roost, one of them is like, I'm sorry to tell you, but we're from Fourth Roost, so not really. And then one of them who's playing cards is like, hang on. I've been to Second Roost. I can help you. Really confidently.
Perfect. Tell me all about it.
People there. Looks around. Not exactly tough. It makes sense that they got like but I will say that whole area, some of the worst weather here in the sky. I don't know how such mild-mannered people could live in such shitty conditions. Maybe it's just because no one ever came around to mess with them because it sucked so much there. They were just like farmers and stuff. But yeah, so if you're going there, you're gonna have problems there. You're gonna have to probably fly through some pretty shitty air currents.
Does it rain?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Annie, real quick, what is your? Hang on, let me look at your stats.
If you're looking for intelligence,
Pass
you're
is
shit
not
out of
great.
luck.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's that. He doesn't tell you anything else. He doesn't tell you. So
I'll walk off.
they'll kind of nod at you. So you like walk away. The third one's like, I guess we really are refugees. That really is kind of the word, isn't it? Pulls out here traumatizing the innocent creature.
Every time that there's somebody like in duress, Pulse does everything in their power. Like, let's not forget he told a kid their parents are dead.
It was perfect. You know, he was right.
You guys
That kid's
have a filter?
parents are dead.
He didn't know.
And like we're
I
looking for
know.
refugees. So
I know.
The first thing
above
she's
the
gonna
table,
ask.
that kid's parents are dead.
Oh fuck! Annie made Batman.
Hickory.
Yeah.
You go to talk to this wounded woman, Aarakocra, that you see who's laying there.
And I just before you tackle the approach, I assume there's a little bit of a triage around her.
There's like a whole little area.
Yeah, before I go,
It's not really. I mean, it's not really busy at the moment. It's kind of like it's like there are people there, but nobody is like attending to anyone at the moment.
Yeah, then she'll kind of crouch down and just say, "Can I help you with any of your ails?"
She adjusts a little. She looks out. She's got like a bandage around her head and like some bloody patches and stuff. And she looks at you and she's like, "You're new."
Yeah, I'm from not here, in case that wasn't obvious.
No, it was pretty obvious. It's not usual we get humans around here.
Yeah.
Sometimes elves, a lot of genasi, but humans are a rarity.
I'd love to help you out if I can.
You got healing.
She kind of like raises her hand, and the flare of magic. Cryo, based on her ailments, would restoration or cure wounds be more helpful to her at the moment?
Cure wounds would probably help some of the wounds, but if you took make a medicine check actually.
Sure.
Before I completely describe all of this. You're also good at that.
24
Make you
again.
roll. Goddamn.
17 plus 7, baby. Am I doing math right? Yeah, I'm doing math right.
Yeah, 24. So, you're like, clearly there's all these wounds and everything, but you kind of like peek under one of her bandages just to check. And there's like almost this little like, there's almost this like magical necrosis around some of the wounds. And make an intelligence check for me.
Okey-doke. That's a yeah, Hick doesn't have a modifier. 12.
12. You can tell that there's definitely something else that is like making these wounds difficult to heal, but you're not sure what or why. But there's definitely something going on with her that's not just normal wounds.
Okay. Because you said it's magical necrosis, I'm gonna. Would Hick be able to connect the dots to when? Oh, has she seen anybody get injured? Because she wasn't around for Eggold.
That was literally what your intelligence check was for. So
well,
no.
All right.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm like Hick would not remember any incident where Starlost injuries were hard to heal.
Regardless, because it seems to be magically based, I think it's a fair leap for her to go for remove curse.
Okay.
So she'll give that a go.
Go ahead, cast it.
Alrighty. There's no roll with remove curse.
There is no roll. I realize there's nothing to remove curse except you're just like, all right, I'm removing the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hold your hand over one of these wounds, and again, that sort of like golden light flares out. And you watch this sort of like clearly magical, like gray and green tint to some of this flesh kind of wash away.
Nice.
The wounds are still there, but they no longer have that
effect
on them.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and flip around just to help out the extra little bit, and I'll burn one of my uses, or burn my use of Cure Wounds with Gift of the Metallic Dragon. So,
heal.
Yeah, and that'll give her a 5.
You hold your hand over one of her wounds that you had cleared out, and it closes.
Nice.
Generally looks a little warmer in the face as you do that around the beak because she doesn't have cheeks. She's kind of just, they've been trying to heal that for days.
Yeah, it looked a little weird. I've never seen anything like it, really.
It's magic. Those Starlost sorts, a lot of their casters have this nasty version of that warlock spell everyone uses. When you get hit with it, you can't get healed. When you can't get healed so good.
Well, I'm sure that I can find somebody to spread the information, but remove curse seemed to work just fine.
I mean, it's a good thing to know, but it's not so much a good thing if nobody but you can do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, though.
Yeah. If I could ask a favor in exchange, I just need information about Second Roost, if you have any.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Right.
What gave it away? Was it the clothes?
Actually, yeah, it was kind of just a guess.
Everyone around here walks around like all big hunters and gatherers. Whole plain looks down on us just because we decided to make crops. Not our fault we're the place with the best rain.
I come from a place pretty similar. We grew all of our stuff too.
Well, we're not growing anything there now. Whole island got ripped apart.
Right. Me and
once this is all over, second and fourth can't even go home if we want.
I'm sorry for that.
Happens, I suppose. we've had war and that sorts around here. The Roost didn't always get along. And there are other wings out there, regions that come cause trouble every now and then. Of course, we got to avoid rocks and monsters and that sort, but never had anything like this.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of the worlds are dealing with that now. Me and my party, we're going out on a scouting mission to see if we can find out more about the Starlost and what they've done to set up camp, maybe what artillery they might have, and I was hoping that you could give me some information, maybe entry points or secret passages or anything that would give us any sort of advantage during that.
Well, like I said, the whole island got torn up, and I mean that when I said it. A lot of their magic and their weapons did so much damage that things started to crumble apart. By the time I was running away, broken apart into big chunks. So, it's probably all still there. It's not like it's gonna go falling anywhere around here. It was already floating.
Right.
But, if they were gonna set up anywhere, unless they wanted to build on the rubble of the town, they'd have to set up out in the fields. Last I saw, there was still a good bit of that unbroken. So, if you want to go to the town first, and then sort of look out to the fields, it was on a lower sort of slope. So you might be able to see things from there without having to go in.
Okay.
If you do go down there, there was all these rocks that we would sort of leave out and around because it would let all the little critters live in them, and they were good for the crops. So probably hide around those if you do have to go down and get involved in anything.
Okay.
As far as what to look out for those Starlost, they had trebuchets and ballistas and big old cannons. They keep a lot of it mounted to their airships, but when they attacked us, they set it down on islands nearby, so we had to choose between attacking those or going after the airships. Anytime we went after one, the others would hit us from the side or the back or that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Is there
And there are a
anything
lot of them.
we've heard? Is there anything that we can do to take advantage of the weather patterns around your Roost?
The wind's kind of shit. Your best bet to get there is, unfortunately, it's to come from above. That's where you'll have the least trouble, but you'll be really noticeable. If you come from below, you'll have to go through a lot of really, really bad air currents, but no one's gonna look for you down there.
Okay.
As for once you get in there, just watch out for... if you see anybody dressed in armor, they're probably fine, but the moment you see someone dressed in robes, don't tussle with them.
Gotcha.
And the one with the metal wings,
Yeah.
watch out for her. She's really fast.
Yeah,
And if you have a weapon or you're fighting her, she'll take you down in a second.
we've had a run-in with her already.
She'll mostly ignore you if you're not, fighting, though. So that's nice.
Interesting. Okay.
She landed in front of me and my family when we were trying to leave. And she cut down my uncle right in front of me, but then she just flew off.
Okay.
Took me a few days before I realized he was the only one of us with a sword.
Got it.
So, it might sound kind of redundant, but if you get caught, maybe just play dead, give up. Might not get you killed.
Right. Thank you so much for the information. I hope that we can help you guys out.
Yeah. Thanks for the healing, by the way.
Of course.
Thought I was going to just kind of die in this cart.
No. All right, you rest up. Again, thank you so much.
What's your name?
Hickory.
Nice name.
Thank you. What's yours?
Pilia.
That's really pretty.
Thank you.
And she kind of like pushes up off.
Uh, Annie and Hush are over by the stairs. Hush is fuming.
Okay. Hey, you okay? Somebody else make you mad?
I'm still not over it.
That's fair. Well, I got good info, so we can take that back to everybody else, see what we can do with that. Sure as hell
What they
not
tell
take
you?
a lot
All I
of-
was told was bad weather.
Yeah.
Cry went.
Oh, real quick, one thing. Whenever she referred to you, she definitely referred to you like as male because you're in Doc's body. My
Yeah.
bad. Got confused because we're calling you Hickory and you're talking like Hickory, but you do look like Doc.
Honestly,
and then, yes, bro.
You call me a tramp, which like Lady in the Tramp, you know?
Oh no, she called Hush a tramp.
Oh.
That the tramp can learn. She was talking at yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
I thought she said the Trog can learn.
No, she
I
said
think she
tramp.
also said that. Oh, I was just pointing out that yeah. I didn't have a question.
She insulted you several times.
I know. That's why when Hickory Doc walked up, Hush said unforgivable things into her head in deep speech.
Oh God.
That was all just very bad words.
Yeah,
To me, it just sounded like grumbling, so it's just like,
It was grumbling and some slurping.
ugh.
Some.
No, I got more info than just bad weather. But obviously it's best that we tell it to everybody else. Not Nyx, because I don't want to. But yeah, I say we're good to head back up.
I'm mad for one more thing.
What's
I
up?
actually had a good idea.
Hmm.
It's just like puts like a little minor illusion in front of him. I can't speak out loud. Can I speak in your head?
You know?
I'm not
Uh,
writing it on paper. I'm doing my
Hush.
own thing.
Hush, I do have a question for you, though. It seems like the other casters, the Starlost, they can cast magic that's harder to heal. Do you have access to remove curse?
No.
Okay. It seems to be able to take out some of their problems, but it could just be a zone by zone issue. Good to keep in mind regardless.
So we can't heal each other?
Maybe they said that mostly it came from Eldritch Blasts. So I think as long as we avoid those, we should be okay.
Yeah, I'm so good at avoiding Eldritch Blast today.
Come on, we gotta get back to the others. I'll break down everything that I know, and Annie learned about bad weather.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. This is the angry child, and the two of you make your way up the stairs. Well, meanwhile, yet again, Dolus in your room.
Sorry.
With
In
your
my
with your
1905 room.
yeah, your roaring 1905 room.
The roaring O's. as they
The
call
roaring
it.
O's. You're sitting there, the quiet music kind of playing from a radio that you can't see, but out and about nearby. You kind of hear people muttering in other rooms, but you can never make out what they're saying. And if you try the door, it would only lead you back out into Caelii's palace. But as you do sort of investigate, just kind of taking the time here to calm down, you take a glance at that typewriter that was chilling here before. And there's a stack of papers next to it.
Do
this
we have
time.
typewriters in Starlost?
Typewriters, yeah, they exist. They're not super common, but they exist.
Okay.
So, it's one of those things that like you recognize it and you know you've seen it before and you know what it's for, but like you've never used a typewriter. It's not like they're common.
Okay.
Kind of glance down at it. And you look at the stack of papers. And you are kind of startled as you read the title on this, what appears to be a manuscript. It reads, Philotis and Dolus. Entry 22, draft 1.
Huh. As I pick up the stack of papers, is it written like the books are written?
Yeah, you kind of flip through it, and it reads the same way any of them do. Kind of like it's like a novella. Like it's not like a children's book, but it's also not like an adult novel. It's like the kind of like shorter, like novels you'd read in like elementary school, just like all the others.
Huh. I would like to take the paper out of. Oh, by the way, does this look like this room has been touched at all since last I went into it?
The change, the main notable change is that the typewriter has been used, and there's that sack of paper. But you do also notice on some hooks near the door there is a tie hanging, and it looks like one of the wardrobes has been left ajar.
Are there any names? Is it like is there, what is the author's name?
Nope.
Is it
No
not
names.
written anywhere? I would like to. Can I try and now with this like intention, I'd like to just sort of look around, see if there's any like, if I can find anything in this room to identify this person, like if they have any paper or anything they've left like in the drawer, in a dresser, like with their name on it or anything like that.
I'll say we'll still use your passive because the paper was a pretty obvious notice. So as you're investigating, there's nothing critical that you find. You find various things that indicate whoever this is, just from your general knowledge of how people kind of live their lives. Probably is gone a lot at night because you've only been here in a daytime. It's only ever been like daytime outside of the window when you're here. And it looks like this is just the state of the room when they're not like present. Like this is the state of the room when they aren't gone for like the day, I guess is what to say. I'm sorry, they're gone during the day. They like do something during the day. They're only here at night. I misspoke.
I would like so they're gone during the day.
Yeah.
They're here during the night. Okay.
Yeah, you presume that apparently they have some kind of a job or thing that keeps them away during the time you show up.
I would like to take the paper that is in the typewriter out of it, and I'm going to take a blank sheet of paper, stick it in.
Okay.
And
do you read the papers? You take it out. There's some stuff written on it.
What's the where's the story at?
You kind of catch yourself in the middle of what appears to be like the climax from how it's all written and everything. A scene is currently being described of Dolus squaring off against an evil countenance of Philotis, who has threatened their home and burned down their house. And holding her at knife point, he struggles with whether or not he should, you know.
Yeah.
And the last line of it is, with the blade pressed firm against the monster that wore his sister's face, he made his decision. And that is the last thing that was written on the page.
I take the paper out and I place it neatly on the desk. And I take a blank sheet of paper and I place it in the typewriter with the intention of typing something. I very much like a... No, I'll say it.
Oh, you just caught in
much with my like fucking like grandpa, like never used a typewriter keyboard before, just like...
You're a little surprised at when the first one you push down at how like snappy, even when you're slowly pushing the is. You're like, oh, you just get into it.
I Just write a short message on a single sheet of paper. They deserve a happy ending. And then
Very nice.
I leave the room, step back out into the hall of the palace where I was.
Yeah. You just step back out into Caelii's room. Caelii and Lotus are there. Caelii is petting shoes and currently describing a diet of flying fish that she has been feeding the cat. And she's just like, yeah, they're actually very easy to catch with nets, and also, the power to control wind currents.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of things become easier when you have,
Power to control the wind.
anything, basically.
I mean, not anything. I have my limits. Don't tell anyone, though.
Okay.
And then Dola steps out and she's like, there you are. Lotus,
Hello.
could you and my lovely... Looks at Alina. Looks at Dolus. Is daughter-in-law too presumptuous?
No.
Alina at first was like blushing, then you say no, and then she looks at you, even her whole face is red now. And then, could you and my lovely daughter-in-law to be step out for a moment so I can talk to your brother?
Oh, fun.
The rest of your little trio is probably on their way up, so the timing should align right if I have lined it up right.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. Take an extra macaron. She just makes one.
I'm taking
Right.
shoes with me.
Oh, okay. Shoes just rubs up against you, and then as you're I'm distracted, she just starts licking the macaroon in your hand.
Oh, whoa. Hey, no, you have a good diet.
She starts struggling to try and get at it as you're lifting it away. Exactly, just
It's like that one cat on TikTok with the pup cup.
Yes, exactly. Freaking out trying to get it. You walk out. Dolus, just you and Caelii. And she's
Just very awkwardly, left to right.
Was I a little too heavy-handed? I don't think I was, because Lotus didn't seem to figure out what I was implying. Which also presumes to tell me that you didn't tell her.
No. I haven't told anyone.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Dolus.
How will this impact my growth?
I don't know. Might not. Depends on how much you rely on it, how much you use it. I just can't help but feel like this is my fault.
Why yours?
Because I was, I am kind of aggressive in nature. Which I'm not necessarily going to apologize for. I just feel like it rubbed off in the wrong way, perhaps.
No. Trust me, it's not. It wasn't a decision I made because of you.
I want to know something, Dolus. Please, be honest with me.
Sure.
After all that talk about being my champion and protecting people and caring for people and all of that talk you gave me a long, long time ago about what makes me a monster in your eyes back when I was still sort of just your mean little patron. After all of that high and mighty talk, what made you think that the best course of action was going and trading away the only thing that made you unique? amongst all of the warlocks I've ever had, even Raiden, they all had a terrible, terrible urge for power. Most warlocks do. It's in their nature, so to speak. You don't usually make deals with higher beings unless you want something, which typically entails selfishness. Even if you use it for good, there's this little ember inside that wants something for yourself, but not you. You just wanted to protect your little sister. As her mother, I definitely can say I was proud of that. So why would you trade away the one thing that made you special?
My intentions haven't changed. Everything I'm doing, everything I've done is for her, for them. I want them to live. I want them to be able to live in a world that they can be proud to live in. And I did not do what I did for power. The things that I've done, am doing, and will continue to do. I don't want to be powerful, but I want to win. And we can't win if we're weak. Someone has to make the hard decisions. Someone has to be willing to go where the enemy will go.
You know who you remind me a bit of? Oval. Well, Ashna and I didn't always necessarily get along. I kind of enjoyed when she was Oval a bit more, but no, you definitely have that righteous indignance to you about victory. No compassion for your enemy, for that is cruelty upon thyself. Doesn't really matter if everyone you see is the enemy, though, and it certainly doesn't matter if nobody asked this of you, or wants it of you. Do you think they would approve the two that I just sent out?
No.
I know the answer. It's because you haven't told them. If you thought that they would approve, they'd already know. You can throw yourself at the feet of destiny all you want, claiming that you are just doing it to protect those around you. But at some point, you're just a masochist. I won't presume to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm kind of a hands-off parent in that regard. Really new age, don't you think? But I will give you advice. No compassion for the enemy, for it is cruelty upon thyself. But only if you see who your enemy is clearly. And only if you know when to lay down your arms. Ruthlessness is a mercy only so long as you have compassion somewhere deep down. And that's what made you special. The only warlock who ever wept for someone they killed. Do you weep now? When you wear that thing?
I do when I take it off.
That's not what I asked.
No.
Your friends are outside. Glad we had this talk. Macaroon. As she says this, the door opens as the group has arrived. And Elena kind of peeks in and she's like, "They're here." Just waves her in.
She just ate a little bit of the macaroon because I couldn't help myself. Is that okay? She's not gonna die, right?
It's fine. Even if it was something that would kill her, I wouldn't let it.
Okay. That means you get more macaroons. Wait, that's allowed, right?
Sure.
Let's go.
You guys come back. You guys all enter. Hush. You're still fuming, but you've calmed down a little. Now you see Lotus and the cat, and you know you can just get snacks again. So you're like, I'm angry, but there's so much nice, but I'm kinda still thirsty.
He's got like the puffed cheeks, and he walks over and just opens up one of the lids and goes and grabs a lemon bar.
I hand you
Lemon bar.
Oh, lemon
You are
bar.
given the cat.
Lemon bar.
bestow upon thee.
Lemon bar. Annie, I hope you have I really hope you've stashed several of those in your bag or clothes, so that just randomly for several sessions now we can just have that.
I can
This
just
helps
You all enter.
whatever you want.
I would
Anybody
prefer
with a
puppy.
passive insight of like 15 or higher can immediately notice the tension in the room,
Yeah,
which I think might just be Hickory.
it's me.
It's just Hickory. Hickory,
Nope.
you immediately notice the tension in the room as you come in. Like, Caelii has her face on again, but Dolus is, like, even more phased out than normal.
She kind of looks at Dolus and like takes a second to just be like, not a good time. Looks at Caelii and goes, "You were kidding. She's the worst."
Oh, yes, she's terrible. It leads
I-
to such good drama when you give her power.
I'm a cleric of Bahamut, and I debated on poisoning her right then and there.
No, you're not.
I'm
I
a
don't know who you
follower
are.
of Bahamut.
There you go. I know what you are.
Gay.
Bisexual?
That's me.
She's looking at
You're
me like
gay!
that fucking dog.
Hickory's, yeah, I'm like, Hickory's the meme that I know what you are, and it's like, oh, I'm a cleric of time itself, and then Caelii, it's just the LGBT flag. It's just the-
She's like
Is she
petting the
stronger
cat.
than me? Nick,
Huh?
is she stronger than me?
Oh, as far as actual power right now goes, you're probably roughly the same. Maybe a little higher.
She cracked me in the back of the spine with her Eldritch blasts.
You
Didn't
what?
hurt that bad. Mm-hmm.
Did you fight her? Was there a fight down below? Did I miss it? What happened?
No.
What happened?
Are we allowed to start fights with her?
Oh, yes, it'd be very entertaining.
I
You
was
might
allowed?
not.
Call it-
I'll
we can
think it's
call-
funny.
Let's hold off, at least for a little bit.
She
That might be wise.
attacked me after I nicely asked her not to call me something.
Hickory just kind
she
of
call
cocks
you?
her head at Hush.
What'd she call you?
Oh, she called me a cripple and a troglodyte.
Oh. Well, you're not a troglodyte. And cripple
I
is a
am
really
worse.
mean way to say mute.
I was about to show her what I really am, but I want this to go smoothly. Question.
Why would you do that?
Because I want this to go smoothly so that I don't have to heal.
No,
more people.
I mean, why would you show her what you are? Aren't you what you are regardless of if you show her or not?
How do you mean?
I mean, why let yourself cave to the brattiness of a little bitch? It's far funnier if you just leave her to be lonely and sad and angry. That's what I do.
Are you saying that I should have just not said anything?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at when I said just let it all go. It's much funnier when she just fumes and is angry and lonely on herself. She lives alone in the biggest house in the village. Isn't that hilarious?
I guess I did give her what she wanted.
Bringing it up make her sad.
No, it wouldn't make her sad. She would just be like, oh, yes, of course. I live in the biggest house. All dramatic. No, nothing.
We got information. Are we enacting on this now, or do we have time to rest?
I don't know how much time you would have to rest. I'm
a
There isn't
spellcaster.
necessarily a day-night here, but there are dark hours where the light sort of dims, similar to a night.
I need a rest. I don't have that many spell slots left. If we're gonna go in,
What are spell slots?
What all did you learn from the refugees and whatnot?
I'm not explaining
Shut
all
up.
that.
Recap. So, Caelii just nods. She's like, there is no guarantee there will be a storm when you approach and bad weather, but I guess I could use some of my power to fiddle with it. Give you one.
It's either that or a safer
Bars.
way to get in from below.
True. Going during the dark hours would be best, but it may not give you enough time for the rest that you probably want. Just a quick one, like a short rest.
I would like to get a lot of my energy back.
Maybe even a
You could
long
stay
rest.
here.
You're gonna go without me on the stealth mission?
Yeah. Why not?
Because I'm the best at stealth?
Maybe, but I can just turn everyone invisible. And you can get some rest.
But don't you need rest too?
No.
I'm not gonna go without you. I'm not gonna just stay back while you guys are off doing the fun stuff. I just wanted to get some of my spells back. I've been sending a
I'm
lot of
just saying.
messages.
If you go earlier, your odds are better of catching them when they're not getting ready to go. When the Nameless is not up and about. He's probably still recovering from your fight earlier, which means she's not going to be monitoring the camp too heavily. If you go later, they might be doing morning prep, early hours, that sort of thing. It just might be more difficult. Not saying it's not an option, just gauging.
What exactly are we doing when we get there? Maybe if we have an idea of that, then we can plan accordingly. See how much energy that it'll require.
No?
Scouting.
We have no idea how many forces they have left after their last few attacks. We don't know if they have any new weaponry from their last few attacks. We just have the word of refugees. And we have no idea when or how they plan to attack. They know that I and my palace are here at Third Roost. So, considering you and your excellent memory of the lay of the land, I imagine the Nameless has already drawn up a map that those, no offense, but a little more intelligent that you are already using to make battle plans. Not you, but you before you she taps the band.
Can you move the palace?
It takes a lot of energy to move the palace, and also, while I could move it, it's here because I have an entire roost and several refugees willing to help me protect it.
They did mention something
Then-
strange when I was asking about information. They said the Nameless didn't attack any non-combatants. She was only going for anybody with a weapon.
Well, I mean, if she's literally me, that makes sense. That's what I would do. I mean, think about it. You kill anybody who has a weapon and let the others escape so that you can instill more fear into them.
You're such a little monster. I love you.
I was hoping that you meant because you would show mercy upon those who weren't causing you harm, but you know,
I
the
mean,
fear
that
thing
too.
is fine too, I guess.
Logically, it makes sense.
I only brought that up because that's, you know, that's probably what she's thinking.
Well, what would
Because
you
it
think,
be
though?
what you would
Yeah, I think that.
Okay.
All right.
So you wouldn't kill innocent people because you want to fill them with fear and dread about you.
Yeah, and then they would go on to tell other people to also fear me because of what I'm capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
also
should have given you
because
so
I
much more
should
magic.
just, I should. Mercy is good.
I really should have given you so much more magic. It would have been so entertaining. I'm sorry. I'm distracted. Anyways,
Regardless, it's something to consider, although having no weapons on the front lines of a siege seems stupid.
what do you mean?
If we want to distract the Nameless, the easiest thing that we could possibly do is during the siege, basically give her a one-way route to us.
Kind of like what we did with Gillian.
We bait her away from everybody else by having a bunch of non-combatants between us and her.
Problem is, there are 3 targets who she desperately wants to kill in this situation.
Right.
You, gestures to Dolus. Well, also sort of anyone associated with you, so just you as a group. Nyx and myself. Which means, if we really want to just sort of let her by, we have to let her here. And as much as I'm sure she would skip over the entire village to us, her forces would not.
Is there a way we can use Nyx as bait?
Probably.
I like that plan.
Put her over elsewhere and let the Nameless shake her around like a chew toy for a little bit, and then we'll step in and save her.
I could pick her up with
You
my
don't have
giant
to do
hand
that
and just
last
kind
part.
of throw it. Oh, we're not doing that last part.
You don't have to, is what I'm saying. If you want to, that's on you, but I'm personally fine.
I'm
I
with the
mean-
green one.
You mentioned that Nyx is. Well, she said that. So, said that she's the strongest caster. What if
She's
we,
the strongest caster in the Roost.
we could
Well,
have,
now that you're all here, it's probably your little twink friend, but,
we could have her be on standby. Once the Nameless is here and we're in combat, she can go and help the rest of the forces.
there you go.
And when in doubt,
Good
we kind of
ideas.
have a pretty good way to coax the Nameless. We have the other half that she's not too fond of, the person who killed her other half. We taunt her a good bit. I'm sure we can pull out some of that good old-fashioned rage and get her
Have
to
you
focus us.
gotten her to break away from her forces before an attack you? Is there any evidence that this is successful?
She wouldn't attack us when we were on the ship. She stayed with her forces.
Yeah.
And we ambushed her the second
Towards
time.
Raiden.
It's probably not.
Wait, where'd you find it?
No proof right now.
I mean, maybe Raiden would know. Raiden was with her for a period of time.
Ooh, she might act different now that Raiden isn't with her. How about you all take a rest of whatever time you feel appropriate. I will speak to my lovely warlocks down in the armory, Raiden and Nyx, to get any other information you might need. Maybe you'll have Raiden come talk to you since you love your dad chats so much. And then when you deem best, either this evening or into the early morning, you'll head for second roost. Perfect?
Okay.
Right. I will keep an eye on all of you so that I know whatever your little plans are. And the rooms out in, she claps at a door, appears behind her, and it opens into this hallway. These doors will lead you to rooms where you can rest. Again, I'll let you have some food and water there, of whatever you would like. She looks at Annie. Please don't just keep summoning more things, though. It does, in fact, take some power, which I would like to save for the siege.
I have plenty.
Perfect. Just if you get a sort of an itch at night. Keep your midnight snacks down to just one item.
By one, do you mean like a bundle?
Like one type. You can have a few, but just don't summon a million things. We're getting distracted. Yes, still. Yes.
Oh no, I was gonna say something after this was done.
Oh,
It's done.
yes, Annie. You're fine. Have snacks, Annie. Just have one kind of a snack.
How long are we planning to rest?
So we're ready to go again?
I think Annie really wants us to rest for 4 hours. In particular, I'm not sure why.
No, I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. How long does Heroes Feast last?
24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Your max HP is increased by 10, and you have the advantage on Wisdom save and immunity to poison and frighten for 24 hours.
So, Cryo, can you just relay out to us, sorry, just what we know of, like, what would happen if we take, like, an hour, 4 hours, or a full long rest?
So,
Like, what
based on
information-
what you know and what Caelii has said, the Nameless is still in like immediate recovery right now. So if you go now, you'll get there in you'll still get there when it's dark. Regardless, either time you go, you'll get there when you're dark. It's the difference between just after sunset versus just before sunrise.
Okay.
If you go just after sunset, the Nameless is still injured. So she's not going to be patrolling or getting involved in stuff. And a lot of people will be turning in for the night. So the camp will be winding down, presumably. Whereas if you go in the morning, people will be starting to wake up. The Nameless will have had time to heal and sleep. And in general, it'll probably just be more risky. So it's like, you go now while you guys are down spell slots and stuff and blah, 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 and your stealth is probably going to be easier. But if you get into combat, it'll probably be worse. Whereas if you go later, you're a little bit more likely to get into combat, but stealth is probably going to be harder. So it's like, oh, well, yeah, because stealth will be harder.
Okay.
I vote.
Also, if you get into combat this evening, you're probably not going to get into a fight with a Starlost. If you get into combat in the morning, the Nameless might pull up.
I vote now.
I also vote now.
Fine, we go now.
Are any of you in desperate need of spell slots? Cool. I hand you the Rod of Absorption.
I can't use it.
You can. If you are a spellcaster holding the rod, you can convert energy stored in it into spell slots. To cast spells you have
Does it
prepared.
require
Who
attunement?
could have done
Nope,
that
it
whole
does-
campaign?
It just says if you are a spellcaster holding the rod.
What? Hang on, because it does require attunement,
It requires,
but
it
it
says
does
when you
also
become
just
a
say
titan-
if you're a spellcaster holding the rod. So give me 1 second, I'm
Crowd,
gonna check.
You let us know, Crowd. If it's only if you're attuned, that's also fine. I just won't do that. But I'm just like, I read it recently and I'm like, that's an interesting wording.
Yeah.
Now we take a short pause.
Apparently, this is also a point of contention that several other people have had. Because I looked it up and I immediately got the question, but no one answered.
We can. It's okay. We can continue to just. Keep
I will
looking at how it's
say,
been.
I was gonna say, because you guys are gonna be traveling to the second roost and it'll take you a little while, one person can, if you drop the Rod of Absorption and they pick it up, can get some spell slots from it on the way there.
And then can I
So-
reattune to it or no?
And then you can reattune to it, yeah. Because you guys, it'll be a little bit more than 2 hours to get there, so that's enough time for someone else to attune, and then for you to attune back.
I don't think I have enough flight time left on my boots.
I was gonna bring
You
that
do
up.
not. Yeah. Like, you will have to be carried.
Shit. It's okay. Twink isn't coming. So there's one less person to carry.
Okay.
We should be fine then.
Yeah.
Because we also.
I ride like Dolus. Ride with Dolus like the good old days.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I'll hand it off to Hush, with just the humble request, because pretty soon I'm gonna need to like get it re-upped with Alina when we have a moment, just like up to a, if I may ask, up to a max like total spell level of 5. So either like a 5th level spell, or a 4th and a 1st, or a 3rd and a 2nd. Or
Yeah, Alina can totally do that when you guys have time.
Well,
and
no,
you're
I'm
not-
saying I'm giving it to Hush and asking him to only use up that much.
He's giving him a budget.
Okay.
I
Yeah, like,
am missing
budget
my 5th
is
level
fine.
spell. Honestly, I can give myself spell slots as well. But the 5th level is really expensive, so honestly, just having my 5th level spell slot would make me feel
Okay.
a little bit better, because then I
So-
can like giant hand or.
Okay, so as we're
Or-
traveling, I'll give Hush the Rod of Absorption so he can get his 5th level spell slot back, and then he'll give it back to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'll just
I wanted-
undertune from the Boots of Speed.
I do want to do something before we leave. We're not like we're leaving immediately.
Yeah, you guys aren't already traveling. So
uh,
before you, anything you guys want to do before you go?
Kill Nyx.
I would like to, like, as Caelii like goes to talk to people or whatever she's doing, I'm gonna go up to Hush and I'll like kind of crouch down a bit. And I'm like, hey, I hope you're doing okay.
I'll be fine. I'm sorry
I-
for you guys.
Oh no, it's all right. I've coped. Well, Lotus, yes, you should apologize to her though. She hasn't had as much time to, get through this.
Thank you for the rod.
Of course. I wanted to apologize. She spoke rudely to you, and she hurt you. And I spoke through my experience with her and through the lens of my trauma and how I dealt with it. And I asked you the question of, did you say something to her like that mattered? It didn't matter. You didn't deserve it. And I'm sorry. That was... I promise. I can't hold her tongue, but I promise she won't ever hurt you again.
I'll be truthful with you, Dolus. I was about to slap you for apologizing for her. Because she's not your fault. But
It's just my response to what happened.
you don't have to promise me anything on her account. Because I hope she hurts me again. Because there isn't much left keeping me back, and I will hold her in front of you if I have to. I don't want apologies from you on account of her. I don't want an apology from her to me. I just want her to feel what she did to you.
It's okay.
I will
I-
say
Oh,
something that'll make you feel a little bit better. Or
Yeah.
I don't know if this make you feel better, but didn't hurt that bad.
that's good. I am serious though. She
She
won't.
did eat my temp HP.
She won't ever hurt you again. You don't have temp HP.
Yeah, you just
Or
have
Your,
the
your
might
max
action.
HP went up by 10.
Yeah, I just counted it as temp HP because I
I-
didn't want to like do like the whole thing.
And give you like a little pat on the shoulder. I'm
You
like,
should
"Don't
do the
worry."
whole thing though, because then if you get healed, you'll heal to 10 higher than
That's true.
your normal.
That's, that's fair.
Uh,
You give him a pat and just like,
and I get up and I start walking away.
holding the rod.
I am walking towards the door. And I am going out into the hall, heading to Nyx's location.
Get him.
With murderous intent.
Get her.
With the blicky.
No. But I'm going there, Cryo.
Where you're going down to the armory?
I'm going to find Nyx.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you go down there. And you would in fact find her in the armory still getting stuff. She's currently overseeing a bunch of ballista. Again, you see off to the side, you see Twink and Raiden. Raiden is now talking to Caelii, who is kind of floating there. She like sees you, she sees you walking to Nyx, and you see like a twinkle in her eye of just like, ooh, is it gonna be good? Like,
I just see her and I just... Nyx.
hello.
I have something to discuss with you.
Is that so? And what
Yes.
might that something be?
Couple of things. Firstly, a lot has changed since I last saw you. I feel no residual hatred towards you for the sins that you've committed towards me and my sister. And I've even gone as far as to try and convince Lotus, my sister, the one that you didn't name, to spare you as well. When we left, we both left with the intention of coming back to hurt you like you hurt us. But I don't care now. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you've done. That was all in the past. But this is now, Nyx. And if you ever hurt someone I care about again, regardless of the context, I don't care of what they said to you or what they do to you, I will ensure that you wish that I had killed you. I want you to know that you live today and the rest of your short, pitiful life because of my indifference. And know that I can easily take that grace away. Do you understand me?
It's so good to see you living up to my expectations, Iliac.
And it's so good to see you down where you belong.
Down where I belong as the head of a village in the palace of a genie who gives me lots of power, who also gave you lots of power, and you wouldn't be here without.
Alone. You have nothing. You have all this power, but for what?
Because it puts me at the top.
Oh. Of course. Nyx, the leader, at the top of her lonely mountain. No one around to love her, to care. You
But
have
looking
nothing.
up at her,
All these people.
I have everything I want. So why don't you sit on the fact that one of those things isn't you and walk away?
All those people that you rule over, they look up at you. But I stare down. I'm not living up to your expectations, Nyx. I am more than you could have ever imagined.
You're exactly what I imagined. And I hope you live with that for the rest of your long, long life.
I hope you remember on your deathbed that I will forget you so fast. And so will all of your subjects, all of your people. When you're gone, you'll just be a footnote in their history.
Then why are you still here?
I'm warning you. Do you not?
You said you were
Were you
warning.
not
Why are
able to
you still
process
here?
that?
No. Why are you still here? You could have said your warning and walked away.
Because you talked back. I'm not.
Oh, so I do mean something to you.
I just not letting you get the last word here. I turn around. I turn around, but I am making an eyeball on my hand, and I'm making it look in that direction in case she tries to cast something at me so I can see her.
Just goes back to prepping ballista. As you kind of like walk away, you hear a little buzz by your ear, and you kind of glance like, what the fuck? And there's like a little green bee, and then in Caelii's voice, but quiet, just hit her, come on. It'd be so funny. And then you hear a little, and there is a tiny little Caelii in really nice white on one of your shoulders. And she's like, no, it's probably best that you didn't do that. Realistically, could have led to lots of problems. It would have been cool to see, though. And then the bee on the other shoulder, you turn back, and it's Caelii, but she's wearing like all red, and she's like,
Are
I
you
don't know.
Kronk?
She was very rude to you.
You're Kronk.
I
we heard from the other guy.
You got that really pretty scythe, and you're totally down for killing people now. And she's like, right there.
I realized that she didn't have the context that she needed to not make that kind of mistake, like when she hurt Hush. And now she has all the facts. She has all the context. If she makes a mistake like that again, I will return it upon her tenfold.
I know I was judging you earlier, but you kind of pulled the ruthless thing off pretty well.
It's not. I wouldn't call this ruthlessness. It's just pretty fair in my eyes.
Ah. All right, well, I have to go back to work, sweetie. She gives you like a little kiss on the cheek, and then she just, and she's just, you glance over, and she's just talking to Raiden again.
Just,
You walk
waiting
back
up the
out?
stairs. Did you hit her?
No.
Did you yell at her?
I raised my voice.
Okay.
I told her, I just say like the same thing. Like I realized she didn't have the context as to what will happen if she hurts the people I care about. And now she does. So if she makes that mistake again, she'll get what's coming to her.
If you go at her, am I allowed to come in maybe for a few months? I know Petrie has definitely been wanting to try Arakakra. Kind of jewels at Lotus.
I heard that.
You know it's true.
It's
Everyone's aware that he wants to eat
scary.
people.
Yeah, but okay.
He's a slod. He wants to eat people.
Just a really, like a parent explaining their troubled child. Just like, he's just a little different. He wants to eat people. He's in therapy. It's okay.
He still likes you.
It's so funny.
No,
You'd eat the
I-
therapist.
Yeah.
Don't kill her. She doesn't
I-
deserve that.
No, I'm not gonna kill her. I really don't want to take that away from you guys.
I'm not gonna kill her either.
But like, if you go at her, am I allowed to take a few pot shots?
I won't stop you.
Okay,
uh,
that's all I wanted to know.
But
Thank you.
I just... I think I have realized that a day will come for her when everything, or rather, all of the times, everything that she's thrown away in her seeking power will come at a realization to her. And I think that day when she sits there alone in her throne, surrounded by nobody, that day will come, and it will be much worse for her than death.
Everything that she did will catch up to her, and all of her sins, despondency,
I don't
everything
know
will
about
catch
all
up.
that. I don't think she cares about that, but
And her despondency, maybe. Loneliness. I have a best friend. I don't think she has one of those. And we have a cat. Going to choose. We're living better than her. Sorry, I just saw
I
you
just had
Paul
an
take the
idea.
slowest bite of yogurt ever. That was the slowest bite of yogurt I have ever seen. I'm so sorry.
Ayo, play. Thank you. Thank you for the several off-put mid little chuckles that got garnered.
How old is Nyx?
To your knowledge, Dix is probably in her like mid-20s.
I'd hope I have knowledge. She's my mom.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm putting it together. Yeah, she's in her mid-20s. She's old. She didn't have you super young, so she's already up there.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Okay.
hold up a little high five for Dolus. Let's go.
So are you guys gonna just have a quick little short rest, eat some snacks, and head out? Yes, Lotus.
Can I have a conversation with Alina while Dolus was out of the
Doing
room?
all the Nick stuff? Absolutely.
I'll just kind of plop down next to her. Hi. So, we haven't really gotten to talk because, like always, one of us is with Dolus.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been getting the feeling that Dolus has been kind of weird lately?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you know what's up with that?
I don't know. I kind of confronted him about it after his racing because there was some stuff, and he apologized and he said he'd do a bit better, and then like he did a bit better, but like there's still weird vibe, you know?
After Saracen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that's all about, so I was hoping you would know, because, you know, Dolus and I kind of have a thing with, like, no secrets and whatever. It feels like he's keeping a really important secret.
If he's keeping a secret, he's keeping it from both of us.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
I was kind of
deposits
focused on.
shoes
Oh,
into
thank
her
you.
arms.
I was kind of focusing on what you two were and trying to figure that out, and also other stuff going on. And I just kind of, you know, didn't read too heavily into it. I mean, I
Okay,
trust
well.
Dolus.
Yeah, but you can trust him in general, but also not approve of his actions.
Yeah, but I like to believe that whatever he's keeping personal because it's personal, and he'll tell me when the time is right. I wish I could be there for him and help with the stress and stuff, but, you know, I don't know if he'll let me.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's kind of been brewing in my head, and so I'm. There's
Thinking about it a
definitely
lot?
more important things I should be worrying about, like how the other me is kind of killing a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Question.
answer.
How do you feel about that?
About what?
The fact that there's another version of you who's going around killing a lot of people?
I mean, I feel bad because it kind of is me, but it's also not really me. But also,
Yeah, but-
I think because both Caelii and Raiden basically confirmed that I'm still me, I think I'm able to see that kind of distinction a little bit clearer.
Good. I just also, you know, I talked to Dolus out about it a little before you went to fight her. I don't know. I don't want to hurt you. Fighting Starlost Socks was easy. I didn't fucking know him. I mean, I kind of knew him. He was kind of like a teacher at the school that I went to, but that's like if you found out a teacher at a school you went to was a mass murderer and you just, you know, had a sword. I mean, I didn't have a sword, but that's the metaphor I'm going with. But you know what I mean? But like, I know you, and she's you, and now that we know that she's you and you're you, and the stuff Raiden said and stuff, I don't know. I just don't think I could do it.
Well, hopefully she's willing to listen. I don't really know how I want to feel about, trying to make her turn her over onto another leaf. I think it would be nice, but also it would be kind of confusing because then she's Lotus and I'm Lotus, and the name situation will be kind of strange. But also, I don't want to see Raiden sad, so.
Yeah, because on one hand you're his daughter, but then if you kill other Lotus, you'll also be the person who killed his daughter, which I imagine will lead to a lot of conflicted emotions.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure. I think being able to spare her and have her turn over a new leaf will also be better for Dolus. I mean, we had just reunited with Raiden and he flew off to help Jorah, but also was killing people, which Dolus doesn't really do. So.
We should probably have a talk after the whole sneaky thing tonight.
Okay. I mean, I had told him that I wanted to have a talk after all like this. But.
Well, yeah, but we might die in a siege, so we might as well just have it, like, when you guys get back.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna stay and figure out what's going on with your village and where the best place to summon elementals is.
Okay, I want to go talk to Hush about a thing. I take back
Okay.
shoes.
Wait, oh, okay. Alright. Did you say you're gonna go talk to Hush about a thing?
Yeah.
What are you talking to Hush about?
I put shoes on Hush's head and then I pull him over to a couch to sit. Hello.
He is holding a rod, attuning to it, and with a hat on his head.
Wait, can you talk to me while you're focusing that, or like should I wait till after?
I can talk.
Okay. So I want to ask you about your opinion because we haven't had like a proper conversation about it. How do you feel about other me and sparing her? I guess.
How do you mean? Like, how do I feel about her?
Like,
Neutral?
would you want to spare her?
I don't really want to kill her. I don't know if I want to spare her, but I don't want to kill her.
Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted. Because
Why?
I don't really know what to think. Like, okay, I've always had this problem of not really knowing what to do and just kind of following what other people do. That's
Mhm.
also like why I always ask Dolus what I should be doing. But then I had a conversation with Twink and Doc a long time ago, and they're like, "You should do what you want to do and make your own actions, pick your own actions, that type of thing." So I've been thinking about it since then. But it's like, on one hand, she's part of Starlost, and so she's working for the evil team and doing all these terrible things and killing people. But on the other hand, it would make Raiden sad. So I'm just kind of...
Is that it?
And it would make Dola sad.
Is there more to this?
And... I don't know. I don't know what to think. Because... I mean, I just talked to Elena, and Elena doesn't want to kill her either. It's kind of me, but...
It's mean?
No, it's kind of me. So
Yeah,
she doesn't want to kill me.
You're conflicted because there's a lot of factors in play, and at the end, you just don't really want to kill yourself.
I don't want to make the wrong choice.
Well, what are the things you gain from this? I mean, if she survives, she could be a really good ally to us. If we can maybe pull her away from Martin. But that's even letting it be known if, like, Martin will let us pull her away. She is you, and I mean, she has a heart. I know you do. I don't want to kill her. It was really hard fighting her. But also, there's a separation in my head. You don't have, I like pull on, you don't have big metal wings.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know anything about me. She doesn't even know who I am.
She doesn't even know that you're my best friend.
No. So she's not my best friend. So I guess there's that separation.
Mm-hmm. It's just I want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
You want me to ping to everybody?
I mean, we can probably talk about it when it gets a little bit closer. We can kind of see where the stealth mission goes. But
what if the stealth mission goes bad? And we're stuck face to face with her, and that decision has to be made in a split second. Because I think we could take her.
Yeah, I think we could take her too, especially since she's super wounded. I don't know. I just wanted to hear the thoughts of the people who are the closest to me, because to me that's what matters.
I think this is a little ironic that I say this after we just had the conversation of make your own decisions and stuff, but going along with what someone you trust says isn't bad. So I'll put my foot here and say, I'll do whatever you want to do.
But I'll do whatever you want to do, Hush.
Wait, but that doesn't work. Then we don't make a decision.
No.
You guys start looping. As you guys just start looping and panicking.
Stop shaking me. I'm
Annie in the
thinking
room
about this
next
rod.
to you just hear
Shoes.
Lotus.
Nails.
Because Hush is telepathic, so you just hear Lotus. No, I want to do what you do. Well, I want to do what you want to do. that doesn't work. I want to do what you like. You just hear Lotus's half in the room next to you, Annie.
I'll bust in. What are we doing?
What she wants to do.
What he wants to do.
What she wants to do.
What do you think, Annie? You don't feel. So, like, do you think it's a good idea to kill the other me or nah?
Have you killed the other Starlost?
Yeah, we've killed all the other ones so far. I think the only
Killer.
ones left are... Oh. Do you have, like, you know, why you have come to this conclusion? Like, you know how in math you kind of have to show your work sometimes?
How the fuck do you know that? I'm normally the one who comes up with a reason why Lotus might know a
You've
thing. I feel
never
like this is
been
the
to
one
school
time
a
I
day
have
in
to
your life.
intervene. What?
I've been to school.
That's where she got bullied.
Fair. All right. We'll hold on to that. That's the thread we're dangling this concept by today.
Why break?
There you
Why
go.
break tradition?
Because there's somebody who really, really cares about her, and would be very, very. It's like, how do I explain this to somebody who doesn't feel?
Why don't I just go over there and take all of your lemon bars?
You can try.
Was
You're
that
tuning.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not gonna go take the lemon bars. I can just make infinite lemon bars here, I guess. Well, what I was gonna say is because you want to keep the lemon bars.
Yes.
Well, Raiden wants to keep around Starlost Lotus, so us killing Starlost Lotus is like taking away your lemon bars.
He's not really part of the party, though.
But he's my dad.
He's important still.
And also, you want to kill Martin. What if we can make her part of, like, our group?
She's strong and should become a part of the party.
Is that a possibility?
That
Well,
exists.
that's kind of what we're debating about as well. Like, if we can, then should we try? And I am only 2 years old. This is a lot of thinking for me.
Lotus
Yes.
pulls out a ball. Can you pick this up? Drops it on the ground.
Okay. Pick up.
Thank
the
you. I
ball.
convinced you to pick it up. So obviously, it might be easy to convince her to do stuff.
That's a great example.
Thanks.
Completely
I throw it at Doc.
flawless logic. I'm not even there.
Yep.
Nobody talks to me. I'm out. I don't know where I am. I exist in a super state
You're in your room. You're in your
playing
room.
Minecraft.
And
I
we can
think-
convince you of doing things. We might be able to convince her.
Maybe. I think this decision is bigger than Raiden's feelings, though.
Hmm.
I guess my other question is, how long until you make that decision? Do you know she's absolutely going to for sure come over? Maybe she's tricking you.
See, if she's me, I don't have the brain to trick people. It's like everything that I kind of feel, just kind of. I'm really bad at lying.
You're
Hmm.
smarter now, though.
I am smarter, but like that.
It's not helping.
Do your feelings on these things change often then?
Like if I want to kill her or not?
Yeah.
I mean, anything thing I want to bring up as like an analogy or a metaphor is like something. It's like a feeling, so it's really hard for me to convey. It's like, you know how some colors are pleasant, and like a lot of colors are pleasant to look at.
No,
You don't like colors?
Can you
I don't like
see
anything.
color?
Why are your clothes all nice?
My adopted mother always told me to dress up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if it's like this? There's like there's colors that are nicer to look at, and there's colors that are harder to look at. But then now it's like if you had to pick a favorite between the colors that are nice to look at, it's like a blank because you don't know what color. You can't lock on one answer.
Indecisive.
Yes.
You can feel indecisive. That's not an emotion.
Yeah.
It's more of a mental quarrel.
Yeah, that's kind of what the issue right now of like.
There's
should
a lot.
we kill her? Should we not kill her? And there's many things that go under it.
Kind of like a math problem.
Yeah.
I love this so much. I want you guys to know.
We're trying our best to
The child who may or may not be a sociopath, and the child who may or may not be becoming a sociopath, trying to convince the actual sociopath what feelings are.
I still think we should kill her.
Okay. So that's 3 people for doesn't want to kill, and there's 1 person for wants to kill. I should ask Dolus what he, but I think I already know his answer.
Well, mine is I want to do what you want to do.
Y'all want to do what I want to do?
No.
Hmm.
Hickory, like a
Why
room
not?
away.
Why not?
Hickory, like across the hall, now that the door is left ajar from Annie stepping in, now you are catching Hickory and Lotus's chunk of the conversation.
Catching glimpses of kill or don't kill. I'm hearing a lot of toxic color. At one point, math. Just the door just slowly creeps open. What is?
Oh, Hickory, come here.
No, that's Doc. Wait.
No, that's Hickory.
Yeah, no, wait. That is Hickory.
Yeah, that's Hickory.
We gotta get you back to
You still
normal.
got both of us. Either way.
Okay, come here.
Uh-huh.
Are you for Team Kill Nameless or Team Spare Nameless?
Who did I talk to this about? I talked with this about somebody, but regardless. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll try and play nice and do my best to spare her, but if we don't have an option, I'll take the shot.
Okay, what about Doc? What does he think?
We're kind of on the same page at this point. It gets
So that's 2 yeses.
harder to
I think
tell.
I see what you mean by color.
Yeah?
Indecisive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Well,
two.
maybe it's like a Venn diagram, you know?
It's a limit. If we're fighting her and trying to spare her, but it doesn't seem like she's going to sway, I will finish the fight.
So, like I said, it's like a Venn diagram because you know how Venn diagrams are like that, and so you're kind of in the
Mhm.
middle.
Does like a Venn diagram with minor illusion, and then there's a diagram. Put it right in the middle,
Yeah.
and then there's this side.
You do a
this
Venn
side.
diagram. There's angry Lotus face, and then with some blood on it, and there's happy Lotus face.
With
There's
some blood on
candy
it.
next to it, and then the Venn diagram they
What's the middle? Torture?
No, the middle is so the middle is supposed to be like it shares the two components, and so in this case, it's like spare until we'll have to kill her.
I feel like you could fit torture in there. The right in the
That
middle.
goes on this side.
Just
Yeah,
third
it's like
circle.
an one.
You're not really killing her. You're just trying to get her to do things.
I think that tends to be like a variable that you add at the bottom, like a little note,
Mhm.
maybe.
I like that the fact that a Venn diagram exists in Starlost means that British logician John Venn, of who the Venn diagram was named after, also exists in canonical Starlost.
I just love
We also have Jesus
K.
and Machiavelli.
Yeah.
K about 4 seconds earlier. Who invented the
Well,
Venn
no, because
diagram?
I knew it was named after a guy. I just looked up what his name was. There's John Venn.
Who's this Venn guy that made the diagram? So
Things
it's
are
putting up math.
complicated, and it's tough to have everything exist in black or white.
That's why I'm getting, the what's the word?
That's what-
Consensus?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Venn diagram.
The,
I'm
the,
getting
the gray is in the middle.
people's opinion.
The black and the white are right here. The gray's in the middle. We're looking towards the gray.
If it'll cost us more lives than it'll save to try and convert her, personally, I think it's better that we, at the very least, disable her until we can sort something out.
Okay. I mean, Raiden will likely be with us, so hopefully the combination of me, Raiden, and Dolus can maybe knock some sense into her.
Yeah.
I mean, she is me at the end of the day.
Yeah, but
sort
she's
of
you
at the
that
end
was
of the day.
tortured for days and days on end until her mind broke.
Maybe. Just because, off of what I've learned, we bring her, we capture her in some way, and then we show her socks. And everything comes
Shoes.
rushing back.
Ooh.
Shoes. That's the one. Not
We
socks.
show
Socks is
her
dead.
her other dead friend.
Yeah, her other
the
dead
other
friend.
one we killed.
We
show
show,
her
and then we show her
shoes.
Twink the Great.
And then we show
We
her
show
her
what'll
brother
happen to her if she
again,
doesn't stand
just
down.
for fun.
We bring out Socks' body and wave it in front of her.
We pretend to kill our Dolus in front of her so she'd experience the trauma again.
We bring out
show her the
shoes.
tradition.
I will say, speaking of Dolus, you walk into the hallway because you were coming to talk to Hickory and Doc as they're all
Where?
kind of gathered in front of that room.
There's
I
now
just-
a cat
I
in the
just
Venn diagram.
I open the door. What's going on?
Oh, Dolus, perfect. I wanted to ask you, are you on team kill Nameless or team save Nameless? We made a Venn diagram. The middle is supposed to be we talk to her, but then if it comes to the worst, then we kill her.
I don't want
Which
to
I feel like you're
now. I
Oh.
closed
Okay.
the door.
fucking doesn't
And
look
on
out
the
for
other
anything.
the other side of the door, I'm sticking a key into the keyhole of the door and opening it, stepping into a jar.
And Hickory, Annie, you guys are outside. Or no, Annie, you went in the room. So Hickory and Dolus are outside the room as Dolus just closes the door real quick and puts the key in it. For those inside, Dolus like closes the door and then the door literally just goes and it's just a wall.
Does that lock them in?
Yeah.
There's not a door in there
No,
anymore.
I'm talking.
They're
I'm talking to
beyond locking.
Dolus.
Oh,
Yeah, only for a second.
Oh. Okay.
One sec, I'll be right back. Just
all
step
right.
in.
Wait,
No,
it's a
close
wall
the
now?
yeah, the
is a
door is
wall.
gone.
The door is a
How do
wall.
you get out?
Why is it a wall?
What
how you
happened?
I step in and I grab something and I don't pay attention to the weird shop around me and I leave. And I pull the key.
You don't notice the
Someone's just
person in the
tapping on the
distance,
glass.
I pull the key right out of the keyhole immediately as I get back.
You get back,
knowing
you close
there's
the door.
probably some
Annie, you're
shenanigans
sitting there
going
like,
on.
what do we do? We're locked in now. You get magic ready, all of a sudden the door just. zzz.
Never mind.
I
Is that a
heard there was-
jar?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Why is the door back?
What do you mean?
It's a door.
There was just a wall.
Oh, it's because I used one of these keys.
Oh, I almost blasted my way through.
Okay, it
Ooh.
wouldn't have worked, I don't think.
Why not?
Because I opened
Just a
a
wall?
key to another dimension.
I could probably bust through the wall.
That might lock you into the dimension.
I
Hmm.
don't think so. The door was open on the other side. Anyways, I was thinking as you're talking about the what they were saying with the Eldritch blasts and how those are affecting. So
Yeah.
I found this a bit back. I hold up a shield. Just this
Yep.
shield presumably has some kind of effect of helping against magical attacks, and I feel like you're probably the most equipped of us to be holding a shield like this. I'm not using it, so here you go.
Oh, thanks. I guess I'll go check it out. See what I can figure out about
Yeah,
it.
you got attuned to it, so
Uh-oh.
it's a spell guard shield.
Gotcha. Okay. Hickory just has a moment where she kind of sits there and goes, Doc is very excited.
Oh, that's good.
He says he's read about him a lot.
Great. Well,
Thank you, Dulles.
yeah, and anything I can do to help.
Are we ready to leave then?
And I mean, we're taking a little rest, aren't we? Thought we were taking a short rest.
I thought we were leaving.
You're doing the short. This is the
We're in
short
the
rest.
middle
You
of the
guys are
short
all
rest.
doing it. You guys are all.
We're already like 20 minutes into the short rest. We're leaving soon. Yeah, I'll be. I'll be right back.
We're not getting to the stealth today. It's just not
Oh
happening.
no. I mean, I mean, we might like get to it. I don't know if we'll be doing it, but I head off. Again, I'm not going to do more confrontation. A bit of the opposite, actually. Dolus went off to give Nyx that warning and like sort of say his piece and like give himself that closure of letting her know that he doesn't care about her. And then she just had to keep talking back, didn't she? She just had to always keep saying some shit. And so it did make Dolus upset. He got a little angry. But something that Dolus has learned and has been trying to teach Lotus for a long time is that violence doesn't always solve everything.
What?
Sometimes you need to use your words. And so, thinking about Nyx and all of the things that she is very proud of and whatnot, hurting her physically or threatening her, it won't hurt her. But something else might. And so I go down the halls towards the
I was gonna say before you say precisely what you're doing, just look at DMs real quick.
okay.
So many DMs. Perfect.
Okay. So yeah, no, I'm heading to a hall where a lot of people are gathered. Some refugees from other other roosts, some from the third roost. And as I step through the archway into this hall, I change shape into just a regular looking Aarakocra. A full bird in slightly tattered clothes, fitting right into the situation around, and I go to some groups of people, just sit there with them calmly, strike up a bit of conversation, and I whisper some things to the people, because, I mean, Rome didn't fall in a day. So that's how I spend my short rest.
Perfect. Hush, you attune to your to the rod, to Dolus's rod. Dolus, I will say you won't recover anything this short rest because you are using your magic to shapeshift.
I didn't spend anything anyways.
Fair enough.
Doesn't it take another short rest to unattune to something?
You can choose to. Ooh, that's a good question. Technically,
I thought it was 10 minutes. I might be wrong on that.
A creature can also voluntarily end attunement by spending another short rest focused on the item.
Damn it!
yeah. Oh yeah. So Dolus unattunes. You'll have to attune on the way there.
Yeah,
Which means someone's gonna have to carry you.
That's
That's what I had in mind. Because when I said it's gonna be like 2.5 hours, I thought you guys that would be travel time that you would be attuning.
Someone was gonna have to carry me either way.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fly.
So that means I'm not gonna have the rod. If it takes the hour of short rest for me to unattune.
No, because now we have spent time enough for you to unattune before you left. He can spend the first hour of travel Oh no, you're right. Yeah, that is how it works.
And then he has to spend another hour unattuning.
Yep.
If it's, I think I can pay for another 5th level.
Oh, because do you have all your attunement slots filled? Because you would need to unattune to something.
Oh yeah, I would also need to unattune for my boots.
Okay, let's say we didn't do all this.
Yeah, that's
We
a lot.
didn't do all.
Yeah, so that all didn't happen. Hush was just
You
holding the
realize?
rod, and
No,
then
it all
Hush with
happened.
his
You just
intellect-
realized at one point in the process
I
all
was
the
gonna say Hush with
unattuning,
his
juggling
new
you'd have to do.
intelligence realized what all that would take.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Then I just
Yeah,
give
Hush,
it
you
back.
tried to start attuning, and then you realized Dolus was still attuned, and then you did the math of how long it was all going to take, and you were like,
This
shit.
isn't worth it.
And then I call him back into the room and I give him the rod.
Perfect.
I come back and I take it.
Perfect.
Hello, are you guys still doing the Venn diagram thing?
Not anymore if you don't want to participate and have things that you want to talk about.
I'm not really sure about how any of that's going to happen, so I don't really have any useful input.
That would have
Or
been a
your
much better
diagram.
thing to say rather than I don't want to talk about it.
I didn't want to talk about potentially having to murder my sister. I'm sorry if that's an incorrect opinion.
Did you have something you wanted to talk to us about, or?
It's about time we should be leaving.
Okay. I'll set shoes down. Give her a few more scritches.
Pets.
A lemon bar.
Don't give him a lemon bar. Can they have lemon bars?
I mean, Caelii mentioned that she could have macaron. And that she wouldn't let her die over eating something.
Oh, okay. Then she probably have a lemon bar. You gotta give her a lemon bar, Annie.
Starts ripping it apart. You ever heard a cat eat? That's totally what it sounds like.
I've not.
Yeah. It's either silent or it sounds like a little gremlin going.
I love it so much.
Lotus, are you carrying me this expedition?
Yeah.
Sweet. You can carry
Alright,
me
you
down
guys-
the stairs.
Okay, I can do that.
Oh, you didn't have to. It was really easy to convince you to carry me down the stairs.
I mean, yeah. I carry you all the time.
Down the stairs, let's go.
Are you trying to convince me not to kill her? If I had the opinion that I wanted to?
Oh, I was just trying to get carried down the stairs.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll forgive
was
it.
that what you thought I was doing?
Felt like you were maybe trying to make a point.
No, I was just very surprised by how easy it was for me to convince Lotus to carry me down the stairs. I think that's just because we're best friends.
I don't think it would be the same with the other one.
Probably not.
I don't think I could convince the other one to carry me down the stairs because I punched her with a giant fist. Wait, no, I didn't. I actually didn't do anything to her. Anti-magic field. That bitch.
I think it's more so y'all aren't friends.
Yeah, no, she doesn't even know who I am.
But Nameless has never had a friend before. I think. Unless she's made a friend during that time.
Do I need to put on
When
like
she-
the hush charm and become her friend?
I mean, she
With your
had-
high intelligence, you would be able to put together that you and Archibald didn't become friends until after all that teleporting stuff happened. So yeah, the Nameless has never had a friend.
when she
I
had
wish.
iliac.
I mean, but how
Okay,
does
I'll be
that work? Like, are we friends? I know you're my the best brother in the entire world, but like, do they overlap? Or I always thought you were in like a separate category, like a very special category.
Yeah, no, Lotus, we're friends too.
Oh, okay. So she did have a friend.
At least I thought so.
Wait, I mean, I
mean,
thought they were
that's-
all. No,
that's
no.
also fine. Like, it's fine either way. Like, the way you want to define it. I just
Being held.
like it's. No, it doesn't really matter how you want to label it. No. Doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I always just put you in your own special category because like nobody
Right.
else could be in that category.
Like outside of the friends category.
Well,
No,
If,
it's alright.
if you were in the friends category, am I above you in friends but below you in brothers? I'm trying to understand your category. And where I sit upon it.
I don't know. It's like, best friend, brother, friends, acquaintances, strangers.
Where's Annie?
This second Roost, the first Roost, whatever second one.
Where does Annie sit in this?
Annie's
Let's
a friend,
go.
but I don't know if she considers me
Is
as
it
much.
just us going? Us five?
Lena implied to all of you that Alina's gonna be checking out your village and figuring out, like, plans. Twink and Raiden are still prepping anti-magic stuff. So yeah, it's just you lot.
If we're gonna do a stealth mission, points over to Dockery. There you go.
All the armor comes off like it's all attached to a winch almost. It just into the clasp.
I can
know
also.
for that.
Oh, I was gonna say I can also turn somebody invisible for an hour because I haven't done that today. So
You could turn yourself invisible.
true, and I could see a lot.
Do we know what the army folks look like?
Not us.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna
That
try
was
to turn
pretty
yourself
obvious.
into one
No.
of them?
I don't think we know what. I mean, we will when we get there.
I think if we see them, it might be smart to do that. They won't be suspicious at all. I can do that for us.
Yeah, that could be cool. I was gonna say, I know we were saying I could carry Hickory, but can't you just sit on Annie's broom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
It's
be
just
more comfortable
I
for
am-
2 hours.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm just not that I wouldn't carry you, but it's just I don't know if I trust myself to not drop you into the endless tornado void.
I
After
appreciate it.
holding you for a couple of
Yeah.
hours.
Looks
Yeah.
looks at the Lotus. Don't.
No, it's okay. I would never drop you.
You can also ride on my broom.
No, I'm okay.
You guys are all getting ready and you walk out to the front and everything. You open the doors and Caelii is just standing there in front of you at like her normal, like not her big tall height or not in any weird shapeshift, just like normal like human height. You guys come out and she has a little bag she's holding up against her chest and she's like, "Hello."
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, you Lotus. Come here. Come here.
Me? Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I'm being
Now.
dragged.
Put your arms out. But
Alright.
you're gonna have to put them down.
Oh.
Okay, and she reaches around and she puts like a bag, like it's like a backpack that she like puts on you. It just goes like right over your wings. There's like a little pouch thing.
Poof.
All right, there you go. Like it sits right between your wings. Wonderful. My
What is
first
this?
time getting to send someone off as a parent. Isn't that nice? Like a first day of school or like to a play party or something, but you're gonna go kill people. Yeah. She ruffles
I
your
just
hair.
walk over and I open the bag.
There's like a little
Explosives.
rune carved to the inside of it, and otherwise it's
What?
empty. A little
What?
rune carved into it, and otherwise it's empty.
What is this?
Oh, it's so she doesn't turn into mist.
Ah,
Oh.
Yeah, I've been sort of keeping you stable while you've been in the palace, but you're leaving, so this will make sure you don't die. Well, I mean, you wouldn't die; you would just turn into energy. But this will
Can we put
prevent
food?
that.
Can you put food in there?
I mean, you can put anything into it. It's a bag. I mean, it's only the size of like, I will say, it's only the size of like a fanny pack. Like, but it just rests like right between the shoulder blades.
Annie, lemon bar me.
She goes over and like lifts the thing for more lemon bars, and she grabs the full thing.
like a full
just-
plate of them.
Yeah.
You just put a bunch of as many lemon bars as you can fit in there. As you're shoving it in, Caelii's just like, oh, that's a lot of powdered sugar on leather. Lovely.
Oh wait,
And then it
pull one out.
I also put.
We just like did a little.
Gosh, don't eat too many of those before you start flying, and you might throw up.
I'm not flying. Notice
Lotus, you're like,
It's even worse.
You get a
You're gonna
little.
be
You're
carried
a
by
monk,
Lotus
you're
with
flexible enough
flapping
that you're just
wings.
a lemon
Is
bar.
that gonna be bad for my broom too?
I think you'll be fine. It's a pretty stable flight with broom, but Lotus has to flap her wings to fly.
So there's less motion.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I've only eaten like 3 lemon bars today.
That's such a lie. What the fuck are you talking about? You've only eaten 3. Last session, you ate at like 5 at least in just saying, and I eat a lemon bar.
So, guys, get all
Only
your gear set
3.
up. Caelii hands a map to Dolus because she knows Dolus can navigate. And she
I do the thing where I take the map and then I just like lift a copy of it off and then I hand it to Hick.
Thanks.
Good for more than one of us to have a copy.
Gotcha.
and then Caelii winks at all of you, and then she just away again.
Can I have a copy?
There's only one copy of it. I just made a mental copy.
I do too. I just do a minor illusion pull out. I did it too.
All right. Make sure you check back with us on your version of the map, just in case.
I can remember.
And
I
a
can
couple.
remember a map.
How complicated is this map? I guess I should.
I got
add that
20
in.
intelligence, dog.
That's cool, but like it's hard. I don't know how like if this is just like a pirate's map, like the line with an X at the end, or if it's like a map of like the world.
I also had
it
to
is
memorize like complicated sewer tunnels. I'm pretty versed in maps.
Hush, you'll have to make an intelligence check remembering it, but I'm not super concerned about that. My man's
To
gonna say
remember it?
26.
Huh?
I said you'd have to make an intelligence check to remember it, and then I saw you shuffling with something, and I was like, my man's gonna say he rolled 26.
No, it was just 20. 15 plus 5.
You get the idea that Hush will be fun.
Hey man, I don't know about you fucking memorizing sewer tunnels. I wasn't there for that.
I mean, I just have a 20 intelligence. I can memorize a map.
Okay. I memorize maps not based on intelligence. I do it on wisdom.
Is it?
Yeah, survival.
Yeah, fair.
Like
I'm also a
memorize the
wisdom caster.
terrain.
Oh, wait, no, I'm
memorize
not. I'm a
the
charisma
terrain.
caster. I'm mixing them up.
Charisma caster.
Brother.
That's right.
There's a lot happening right now. You guys going?
Yeah, we're going.
You guys all take off in your various ways. Lotus is carrying Hush again, as Hush still munches on a lemon bar. Hick rides on the broom. Dolus takes off. You all head out. This is where we're going to end this session of Starlost Seas, as they all take off to head and see what is going on over at the war camp. So, thank you so much for watching. This was a very drama-fueled session that I had a lot of fun with. Kind of like being a terrible narcissistic mother, which
I'll
is
kill
probably
you.
a good thing.
I'll
That
fucking
hey, I'm
slit
the
your goddamn
man, and I
throat.
don't have kids. What? What?
What?
This is really sudden, and I don't know what you entirely said. But anyways, next time on Starlost Seas, it comes out at Monday at 5. I'm really thrown off from that. Monday, 5 Eastern. Come watch us again. Support us through a link below. Goodbye.